A quiet and tense moment as a dark cloud looms over Chen Yuan's heart. A flashback of happier times briefly interrupts the sorrow, but reality quickly takes over. Chen Yuan, let's break up, a cold and resolute voice cuts through the air, shattering his hopes. Chen Yuan fumbles, attempting to explain. Was it because I didn't buy the magical water you wanted? If that's the case, I apologize. I've been saving money for next month's expenses. But I'll get it for you as soon as I can. His plea hangs in the air as a notification chimes. A friend verification request from Tongthong blocks further conversation. A moment of escape presents itself. Yuan Ji is playing an online game and needs one more player. Are you coming? The screen glows, but Chen Yuan hesitates. Sorry for bothering you, reads a cold text message that pierces his fragile state. The silence deepens, only broken by the faint hum of distant traffic outside his window. Another breakup, a curious friend asks, their tone laced with pity and faint amusement. Desperate to make amends, Chen Yuan pleads, Shatong, I know you're mad. I bought your favorite dish. Guo Bao Ru. Please forgive me. I'll change. Whatever it takes. A whisper among bystanders reveals the effort behind his gesture. I heard he took on 4 part-time jobs just to buy her that gift. But the harsh reality follows. What's the use? He still got dumped. Shatong's voice is calm but detached. Chen Yuan. I'm not angry. My ex-boyfriend came to reconcile. After thinking about it, I realized he needs me more. A long, painful pause. Chen Yuan's eyes close as her words echo in his mind. The once bright memories fade into the shadows of rejection. Chen Yuan, let's not meet again. I'm afraid my boyfriend will misunderstand. Shatong's final message seals their fate. The door closes, and with it, his last hope. Alone, he sits in his dimly lit room, staring blankly at his phone. Outside, the world moves on without him, unbothered by his despair. Yet, amidst the darkness, a question lingers in his heart. Why is it that genuine feelings are always betrayed? Do I really have to be a licking dog for my whole life? Chen Yuan gazes at his phone screen. A small notification pops up, showing his personal details. Name, Chen Yuan. Personal wealth, 230 Huaxia, currency unit. The numbers feel like a cruel joke. 230 Huaxia. Is this all I'm worth? He mutters, bitterly swiping away the reminder. A mysterious glow suddenly envelops his phone, casting a surreal light around the room. A mechanical voice echoes in his mind, welcome to the licking dog system. Chen Yuan blinks in disbelief. The screen transforms, revealing an interface that reads. Hello, Yupaworth, have you seen enough of me? A faint memory from earlier flashes in his mind. The system interjects. Read at your convenience for further details. The instructions are cryptic but intriguing. The voice explains. With the help of the licking dog system. If the affection level of any target exceeds 95 points, the counterattack is successful. Their identity will transform into the host's devoted partner. Chen Yuan narrows his eyes. So, all the money I spent will be used to win their affection? The system confirms correct. A special fund of 9 trillion licking dog coins has been deposited to your account. However, these funds can only be spent on women. Additionally, 1/10 of the expenditure amount will be rewarded to your private account. Chen Yuan stares at the glowing screen, the words sinking in. Let's try this girl in front of me. He decides, testing the system. A confident smirk forms on his face. Hey, flaunting wealth, trying to flirt with me? The girl scoffs. Do you even have that ability? Chen Yuan meets her gaze, his voice steady. Do I have the ability? Try me, and you'll find out. The girl raises an eyebrow, intrigued but cautious. Moments later, he surprises everyone by declaring, Today, I want to treat all the friends in this convenience store to snacks. Can you help me with the money? Silence fills the air as everyone processes his bold statement. The cashier's machine dings. Alipay received 50,000. Gasps erupt around him. He transferred 50,000 without hesitation. Is he treating money like water? Someone whispers. This guy, who looks so ordinary, is actually a hidden rich second generation? Is 50,000 even enough? Amidst the commotion, a girl hesitates. Can I add you on WeChat? Another person mutters, am I blind? Is this guy really a rich second generation? Chen Yuan remains calm, his confidence unwavering. Don't rush, he replies casually. Adding WeChat is possible, but you'll have to go somewhere with me first, he adds, his tone playful. The room buzzes with curiosity, their imaginations running wild. For the record, Chen Yuan leans in with a teasing grin, I'm not a gold digger. I just want to see your sincerity and attitude, he says, holding her gaze. Pick whatever you like, he tells her. It's a perfect time to test the system. She hesitates before smiling. All right, but don't blame me if my appetite is too big. Chen Yuan chuckles. Don't worry, consider this a little experiment. The girl eyes a designer bag on the shelf. Brother Junkai, what do you think of this bag? Does it look good? Chen Yuan watches the interaction, biding his time. Read at 5 scans for the next update, the system chirps, interrupting the moment. Ignoring the prompt, Chen Yuan focuses back on the girl. Another figure appears, an ex-girlfriend, perhaps? The tension builds. Looks like I arrived at the wrong time, she remarks, her voice sharp. Chen Yuan shakes his head, smiling faintly. No, you arrived at the perfect time. Do you still have the spring collection bag in your store? He asks the clerk. The last one, please. But that lady over there is currently trying it, the clerk responds nervously. Eyes narrow across the room as a subtle rivalry brews. Chen Yuan notices the tension in the air as the clerk hesitates. Across the room, a familiar face sneers. Chen Yuan, still clinging to us. Huh? The mocking voice belongs to Huang Junkai, a sharp-dressed young man exuding arrogance. He smirks. Let me show you the difference between a loser and someone like me. Huang Junkai's companion chimes in, Brother Junkai, someone's birthday is coming up. Junkai laughs. Birthday? Didn't we just celebrate your birthday last month? That was my lunar birthday, she explains, feigning innocence. Now it's time for my solar birthday. Chen Yuan watches the exchange silently, his jaw tightening. Junkai suddenly turns to Lin Shatong, his voice dripping with folk sincerity. You know I don't like girls who are too materialistic, right? You didn't get with me just for money, did you? Shatong's hesitation reveals her conflicted emotions, but she says nothing. The air is thick with unspoken words, the tension palpable. Meanwhile, the system beeps, breaking Chen Yuan's thoughts. A notification reads, Zhu Lele's favorability +20. This is the power of money. Chen Yuan muses, watching as one designer bag increases favorability by 60 points. Still, the system chimes again, but the cashback amount is too little. Chen Yuan smirks. Bags are like boyfriends. The ones you snatch are the best to use. He mutters under his breath. Nearby, Zhu Lele beams thank you, husband. You are so good to me. The words echo in Chen Yuan's mind, a mix of satisfaction and disbelief washing over him. The system flashes another update. Favorability exceeds 95 points. Counterattack successful. Zhu Lele is now the host's licking dog. The mechanical voice continues, reward, 10% cashback and 20 enhancement points. Chen Yuan exhales sharply, steadying himself. Satisfied now? He asks Lele with a sly grin. Did I perform well just now? Where to next? Lele hesitates, clearly enjoying the attention. Of course, let's continue shopping. Chen Yuan laughs. No way, you're not satisfied with just one bag, are you? But Lele's playful smile says it all. Soon, the clerk is overwhelmed. Except for those 2 items. Pack up everything else. Swipe the card. The clerk nods obediently, impressed by Chen Yuan's calm extravagance. Moments later, Zhu Lele's favorability +5 flashes on the system interface again. Chen Yuan leans in and quips, "Is that enough, or should we buy you a house too?" Lele's eyes widen. "This isn't good. You've already spent so much money on our first meeting. I was just joking." The system alerts, Zhu Lele's favorability -5. Chen Yuan realizes he may have pushed too far. The mood shifts as the system shares detailed information about Lele. 21 years old, junior in art college, enjoys Korean cuisine, Capricorn, shoe size 37. He interrupts the system. "If I didn't genuinely like her, why would I do this? Do you have a membership card?" He asks the clerk. "I'll top up 500,000. When this young lady comes in, recommend only the latest styles to her." The clerk nods eagerly. "Certainly, sir. Please wait." Lele stammers, "If I scared you just now, let me make it up to you." Chen Yuan laughs. "If you feel guilty, offering yourself is enough." Lele flushes with embarrassment, playfully slapping his arm. "You scoundrel. Stop talking nonsense." The system flashes, Zhu Lele's favorability +30. Chen Yuan observes her reaction, amused. Nearby, bystanders whisper, "This guy doesn't stand out at all. Yet he's so generous and considerate. Are they in love? Why don't you buy something for yourself?" Lele asks, noticing his focus entirely on her. Chen Yuan chuckles. "Maybe later." In the back of his mind, he calculates his next move. The day continues, and Chen Yuan seems to have a strategy forming in his mind. Lele leans closer, her voice soft but teasing. "You are spending so much on me. Chen Yuan, aren't you afraid you'll regret it?" He smirks. "Regret? If you're worth it, then why not?" The system gleams, Zhu Lele's favorability +30. A nearby observer mutters, "This guy, he's unexpectedly generous. Not only generous but also incredibly thoughtful. How could anyone not fall for him?" Lele blushes. "You've bought so much for me today, don't you really want anything for yourself?" Chen Yuan shrugs. "Maybe next time. Today's all about you." Lele's smile falters slightly, as if conflicted by his attention and generosity. The system quietly observes, awaiting Chen Yuan's next move. He watches her closely, calculating how to balance sincerity and playful confidence. Later, at another boutique, Lele comments, "This guy, after dressing up, he's unexpectedly handsome." Zhu Lele's favorability +5. Chen Yuan catches her looking. "Is something strange?" he asks, half smiling. "Not strange at all," she replies, her voice soft. "Actually, you and your outfit seem like a perfect match." Chen Yuan chuckles, enjoying the subtle shift in her tone. As the shopping spree continues, the system announces another update, Zhu Lele's favorability +5. The duo enters a cafe for a brief respite. "Brother Yuan," a familiar voice calls out from a corner. Chen Yuan turns to see a group of friends gawking at his shopping bags. "What did you do all day? And what's with all this stuff?" one asks, unable to hide their surprise. Chen Yuan shrugs casually, "Just a little outing." His friends exchange glances. "If you couldn't handle Lin Shatong, now you are going after Zhu Lele? She's the beauty of the art department." Another laughs. "Brother, even if you get dumped, know your limits." Chen Yuan meets their teasing with a cool smile. "Limits are just an illusion," he quips. Back at the table, Lele watches the interaction with amusement, a small smile playing on her lips. Later that evening, as Chen Yuan scrolls through his phone, a familiar name pops up, Lin Shatong. Chen Yuan, the message begins. If you really dislike me, let's unfriend each other. Chen Yuan hesitates, his heart wavering for a moment. She continues. Being with Huang Junkai isn't about greed. My mom is sick. We needed 50,000 for her medical expenses. His chest tightens. 50,000, just like that day. Chen Yuan remembers the transfer he made. Was it really for her mom? At Shatong, he types. Don't you reply, have you fallen asleep? WeChat pay 50,000 yen sent. The screen dims as Chen Yuan leans back, his thoughts racing. Can't be too hasty with Zulele, the system prompts, as if reminding him to stay focused. Chen Yuan sighs. Spending money on women. What am I doing? Before he can think further, the system interrupts. There's only 1 hour left before Xiaomi's livestream ends. Brothers, send your gifts quickly. Chen Yuan smirks, sensing an opportunity. Spending money, this might be faster than buying bags. He navigates to the livestream and begins sending rockets, lavish virtual gifts. Ha, they're truly underestimating me, he mutters, watching the reactions pour in. Another 25 rockets, that's 1,000,000. A stunned viewer exclaims, who is this guy? A hidden tycoon? 10 million in a single live stream, whispers another. Is he some Middle Eastern oil prince? Chen Yuan leans back with a sly grin. Let's keep the surprises coming. The live stream explodes with activity. The chat floods with messages. Who is this, lonely cigarette? 10 million in one go? Is this for real? The streamer, Xiaomi, is stunned, struggling to stay composed. Brother lonely cigarette, thank you so much. You're amazing. Chen Yuan smirks, watching the chaos unfold in the chat. This guy just spent 10 million in Xiaomi's channel. Someone exclaims in disbelief. Am I dreaming? Who spends that kind of money on a live stream? A rival streamer chimes in. HMPH. With such a big spender, how could Xiaomi let him go to another streamer? Xiaomi's tone shifts to something more personal. Brother lonely cigarette, can you send me a private message? I'd love to make you a moderator. The chat erupts. Wow, a moderator role? She's really pulling out all the stops. Lonely cigarette, are you going to reply? Chen Yuan's system pings again. Private messages incoming. Hornet's nest stirred. As the stream continues, the system shows another alert. Licking dog relationship status. Binding in progress. Chen Yuan smirks. The system isn't playing around. A notification flashes. Xiaomi's favorability +10. The system's mechanical voice drones on. Target successfully bound. Xiaomi. Another victory, Chen Yuan mutters, his confidence growing. In the midst of the chaos, a rival streamer enters Xiaomi's chat, challenging her to a PK, a live stream competition. The chat ignites with excitement. President Zhao is joining the PK. This will be interesting. Xiaomi looks nervous but accepts. Let's see who can garner the most support. Chen Yuan leans forward, intrigued. A battle of influence, huh? As the PK begins, both sides vie for donations. Chen Yuan chuckles as he watches Xiaomi struggling. He clicks the rocket button again, flooding her site with gifts. Xiaomi gasps, Brother lonely cigarette, thank you. With your support, we might win this. In the rival chat, panic erupts. Who is this guy? How is Xiaomi suddenly winning? The PK ends with Xiaomi's victory. She bows dramatically to her camera. Thank you, Brother lonely cigarette. I owe it all to you. Chen Yuan smirks. No problem. Let's see how far this system can take me. The system pings, Xiaomi's favorability +15. But amidst the growing favorability scores, a nagging question begins to form in Chen Yuan's mind. How far am I willing to go? And at what cost? The glow from his phone screen reflects in his eyes. As the mechanical voice prompts. Next target identified. The name appears, Chao Yuqi. Chen Yuan exhales sharply. The campus goddess, this should be interesting. The system highlights Chao Yuqi's profile. Grade 10 in piano, chief of the ballet troupe, second level athlete. She's truly out of reach for most, Chen Yuan muses. A voice interrupts his thoughts. Hey, isn't that Chen Yuan? He looks so different, handsome, even. Another whispers, did he dress up just for her? Chen Yuan straightens his jacket, a quiet confidence radiating from him. Time to see how this plays out, he says to himself, stepping forward. The lecture hall buzzes with chatter. Students glance toward the entrance as Chen Yuan makes his way in. His presence commanding unexpected attention. A nearby group whispers among themselves. Look at him. Isn't that Chen Yuan? He's practically glowing today. Chen Yuan scans the room, spotting Chao Yuqi seated near the front. Her elegance is magnetic. She sits poised, engrossed in her notes, seemingly oblivious to the commotion around her. You guys watch, he murmurs to himself. See how I make her fall for me. As he moves closer, a voice from across the room echoes, baby, add me on WeChat. Chen Yuan smirks. The desperation in their tone is unmistakable, and he knows it won't work. The chatter grows louder. Another one trying to talk to Chao Yuqi. When will they ever learn? Chen Yuan reaches her row, but someone beats him to it. It's a misunderstanding, stammers a nervous student. I just wanted to join the student union. Chao Yuqi is the vice president. So I thought I'd inquire. The excuse draws laughter from the crowd. Sure you did, someone teases. Another bold voice speaks up. Classmate Yuqi, I also want to add you on WeChat. Chao Yuqi sighs, her demeanor calm but distant. Who gave them the courage? She mutters under her breath. Chen Yuan watches, amused by the spectacle. Another student steps forward. Hey, even more handsome than the last one. What's up? Do you also want to join the student union? Chen Yuan shakes his head. Not interested in the student union. Then why do you want Chao Yuqi's WeChat? He meets their gaze confidently. Isn't it obvious? I want to pursue her. The room falls silent for a moment before erupting in whispers. Who does he think he is? Does he have a death wish? Chao Yuqi's standards are way out of his league. Chen Yuan remains unfazed, a sly grin tugging at the corner of his lips. Just watch, he says coolly. He's confident now, but he'll be crying miserably later. A bystander predicts. Ignoring the onlookers, Chen Yuan approaches Chao Yuqi directly. Hello, he says casually, as if they're old friends. Chao Yuqi looks up, her expression unreadable. Yes? I'd like to get to know you better, he says simply, offering no pretense. A group nearby watches in stunned silence, waiting for her response. But Chao Yuqi doesn't dismiss him outright. Instead, she raises an eyebrow and asks, why? The system suddenly pings in Chen Yuan's mind, licking dog relationship, binding in progress. He hides a smirk, because someone like you deserves genuine admiration. Chao Yuqi studies him for a moment before turning back to her notes. Interesting, she murmurs. As Chen Yuan takes a seat nearby, whispers ripple through the hall. One of his friends nudges him afterward. Yuan, you did great today. You actually got Chao Yuqi to notice you. Another chimes in, if you manage to win Chao Yuqi, can you introduce some sisters to us? Chen Yuan laughs. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. At least you, as a loser, know your place. Someone taunts. Chen Yuan narrows his eyes but keeps his composure. Let's see who's laughing at the end. He replies confidently. The system flashes a notification. Chao Yuqi's favorability +5. He steps out of the lecture hall with a sense of purpose. This is just the beginning. He thinks to himself. The campus grounds feel alive, the day filled with possibilities. He spots Chao Yuqi walking ahead, her figure framed by the golden rays of the setting sun. "Time to make my move," he says under his breath, quickening his pace to catch up. Chen Yuan approaches Chao Yuqi just as she's about to turn a corner. He calls out casually, "Chao Yuqi, wait up." She pauses, glancing back with a cool, inquisitive expression. "Yes? I was wondering if you'd like to grab coffee sometime. No strings attached. Just to talk," he says, his tone confident but not overbearing. Yuqi tilts her head slightly, evaluating him. "You're persistent," she notes. Chen Yuan smiles faintly, "Only when it's worth it." The air between them grows heavy. But Chao Yuqi doesn't reject him outright. Instead, she nods, "All right, but don't waste my time." The system buzzes in Chen Yuan's mind, Chao Yuqi's favorability +10. A grin breaks across his face as she walks away. "Progress," he mutters, watching her disappear into the crowd. "Brother Yuan, you're really fearless, huh?" a friend teases, appearing from nowhere. Chen Yuan shrugs. Fortune favors the bold. His phone vibrates, and the system announces, "New challenge unlocked. Chao Yuqi's favorability quest." The screen displays a series of milestones he must achieve to deepen their connection. Gift her something meaningful. Score favorability points through shared activities. Secure an emotional moment. Chen Yuan's lips curl into a determined smirk. "Let's play this game." The next day, Chen Yuan prepares meticulously. He studies Chao Yuqi's interests from the system's database. Her love for piano, her appreciation for ballet, and her favorite cafe on campus. Attention to detail, he tells himself. That's the key. At the cafe later that afternoon, he's already seated when Chao Yuqi arrives. Her steps are graceful, her demeanor composed. "You're early," she remarks, taking the seat across from him. "Being early is the least I can do," Chen Yuan replies smoothly. The conversation flows naturally. Chao Yuqi is sharp, witty, and guarded, but Chen Yuan matches her pace effortlessly. "Why are you really interested in me, Chen Yuan?" she finally asks, her gaze piercing. Chen Yuan pauses, choosing his words carefully. "Because you're unlike anyone else I've met. You're talented, independent, and unapproachable in the best way. It makes me want to know what lies beyond the surface." Her lips curve into the faintest smile. Flattering words, but I'll take them for now. The system pings, Chao Yuqi's favorability +20. As they leave the cafe, Chen Yuan walks her pathway back to her dorm. The setting sun casts a warm glow over the campus, creating a picturesque moment. "You are full of surprises, Chen Yuan," Yuqi says softly before turning to leave. Chen Yuan stands there for a moment, watching her disappear into the distance. The system hums to life again. New milestone reached, shared time. Chao Yuqi's favorability +15. He exhales, a mixture of satisfaction and anticipation filling his chest one step closer. Back in his dorm that evening, his friends bombard him with questions. "What's your secret, Yuan? How did you even get her to agree to meet you?" Chen Yuan shrugs, his confidence brimming. "It's all about strategy." "You mean luck?" one scoffs, rolling their eyes. The system interrupts the banter with another ping. Next challenge unlocked, emotional connection. Chen Yuan stares at the notification. The words emotional connection bold against the screen. "This is where it gets tricky," he mutters. He knows Chao Yuqi won't be won over by simple gestures or surface-level charm. He'll need to dig deeper, to show her he's not just another admirer. But as the night settles, he leans back in his chair, confidence unwavering. Challenge accepted. The next morning, Chen Yuan wakes up to a notification from the system. New event. Chao Yuqi's live stream tonight. He frowns. Live stream? She's a streamer too? The system displays a brief profile of Chao Yuqi. Occasional live streamer. streams piano sessions and casual Q&A. Chen Yuan smirks. Well, this could be interesting. That evening, he logs onto her live stream, where a modest audience watches as she performs a piano piece. Her fingers glide effortlessly across the keys, her expression serene. She's talented, no doubt, Chen Yuan thinks, impressed despite himself. In the chat, fans shower her with compliments. President Zhao, your playing is heavenly. Chen Yuan decides to make his presence known. He sends a series of rockets, lavish virtual gifts, causing a stir in the chat. Who's this? Someone just sent 10 rockets. That's 100,000 huaxia. Chao Yuqi pauses mid-performance, her gaze shifting to the chat. Brother Lonely Cigarette. She reads aloud, her tone calm but curious. Thank you for the generous gift. The chat explodes with excitement. Lonely Cigarette? Who is this mysterious spender? Could he be trying to court President Zhao? Chen Yuan chuckles to himself. This is going better than I expected. The system pings, Chao Yuki's favorability +10. As the live stream continues, Chen Yuan remains active in the chat, occasionally sending gifts and commenting thoughtfully on her performance. Near the end of the stream, Chao Yuqi addresses him directly. Brother Lonely Cigarette, you seem very supportive. Would you like to request a song? Chen Yuan types, play something that resonates with you personally. She considers his request before beginning a slow, haunting melody. The chat quiets, captivated by the emotion in her performance. When she finishes, Chao Yuqi looks directly at the camera. Thank you for your request. That piece means a lot to me. The system chimes again. New milestone reached. Emotional connection. Chao Yuki's favorability +20. Chen Yuan leans back, satisfaction washing over him. Step by step, he murmurs, this system might actually work. The screen fades in to reveal a vibrant live stream interface, building anticipation for the events to come. Hello everyone, I'm Kiki, she begins with a confident smile. I've been streaming for 2.5 days now. My specialties are singing, dancing, and playing the piano. Please support me. Quote. The chat reacts instantly, marveling at her charm. Some speculate if President Zhao, often perceived as distant, might actually have a softer side. The camera focuses on Kiki, her expression determined as she prepares for the day's challenges. Her popularity score appears on the screen. 2,700 viewer. Kiki frowns slightly. This isn't right, she mutters, perplexed by the low numbers. She adjusts her equipment, ensuring the stream quality remains perfect. The chat buzzes with anticipation as rumors of an upcoming challenge start to spread. Kiki takes a deep breath and refocuses, ready to take on whatever comes next. Suddenly, virtual gifts flood the screen. Thank you, Brother Yan, Kiki exclaims, her eyes widening in surprise. The colorful effects from the gifts light up the stream, drawing in even more viewers. Her schedule for the day flashes on the screen, hinting at an exciting lineup of songs and performances. A notification pops up. Someone has issued a challenge. President Zhao is going to PK. This is going to be good, someone types excitedly in the chat. Elsewhere, fans discuss new matchmaking successes, celebrating their unexpected connections. Images of past stream pairings flash on the screen, reinforcing the platform's lively atmosphere. It's like fate brought them together, a user comments as the buzz grows. Kiki takes a moment to sip her water, her expression calm and composed as she prepares for the challenge. Meanwhile, Xiaomi's upbeat live stream draws attention with its lively and colorful vibe. Kiki chuckles lightly. Even if I'm tired, I know I have Brother Yan supporting me, she says, her confidence unwavering. She begins her next performance, captivating the audience with her smooth vocals and graceful movements. The chat fills with applause and hearts as viewers express their admiration for her talent. Suddenly, The leaderboard highlights Yan's presence. The audience reacts with excitement. "Thank you, brother Yan. Your support means everything," Kiki says warmly, her gratitude evident. More gifts pour in, each one lighting up the screen with vibrant effects. "Is this even real? Yan is amazing," someone types in the chat, echoing the collective awe. Kiki's expression softens as she processes the overwhelming support from her fans. Yan leaves a simple message in the chat, "Let's keep this going," sparking further excitement. The screen fades with a reminder for viewer to return for future streams and updates. Backstage, the livestream team discusses Yan's growing presence and his impact on Kiki's streams. Kiki adjusts her camera, her focus sharp. She knows she's just getting started. Elsewhere, President Zhao strategizes her next move, determined to maintain her dominance. Fans speculate about Yan's identity, fueling curiosity across the platform. "Who is this lonely cigarette? What's his story?" someone types. Zhao watches the chatter, her mind racing. "I need to figure out who he is," she thinks. Yan's nickname appears again in the trending section, keeping him at the center of attention. The discussion shifts to theories about his wealth and background. "Maybe he's a secret billionaire," a fan jokes, sparking laughter in the chat. Kiki's livestream gains even more traction, solidifying her place as a rising star. Yan remains a quiet presence, but his impact is undeniable. Meanwhile, Zhao refines her plans, determined to outshine everyone. Kiki continues to focus on her next performance, determined to stay true to herself. As the day ends, both women reflect on their respective journeys, knowing the stakes will only grow higher. Yan, alone in his study, watches replays of both streams, his thoughts unreadable. The livestream platform is now a battleground, with fans eagerly awaiting what's to come next. As the rivalry intensifies, Yan's mysterious role in their journeys begins to take shape. The night sky dims, and the platform's trending list prominently displays Kiki's and President Zhao's streams, marking the beginning of an intense rivalry. Kiki sits by her desk, looking over her notes and planning her next live stream. "I need to push harder. The audience deserves more from me," she whispers to herself. Meanwhile, President Zhao reviews her analytics with her team. "Let's plan something unforgettable for tomorrow. We won't let anyone take the lead," she declares confidently. The screen transitions to a lively discussion among fans, debating which streamer delivered the better performance. Kiki receives a notification on her phone. A private message from Lonely Cigarette. "Great work today. Keep it up," it reads. She smiles faintly but doesn't reply immediately, her mind racing with curiosity about who he is and why he supports her so generously. As the sun rises, the platform prepares for another day of excitement, with Kiki and President Zhao both scheduled to stream at peak times. Kiki's morning begins with her usual routine, testing her equipment, warming up her voice, and mentally preparing for the challenges ahead. President Zhao enters her studio, her team bustling around her. "Make sure every detail is perfect," she says. "We're going all out today." The countdown begins, and viewers flood the platform, eager to watch the two rivals battle it out. Kiki starts her stream with a cheerful greeting. "Good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to see you all here. Let's make this another amazing day." Quote. The chat erupts with excitement, filled with messages of support. "We're here for you, Kiki," one viewer types. Moments later, President Zhao's stream begins, her entrance dramatic and elegant. She smiles confidently, addressing her audience. "Welcome back, everyone. I have a special surprise for you today," she says, immediately grabbing the attention of her viewer. The platform buzzes as both streams trend simultaneously. Fans split their attention between the two, amplifying the competition. Kiki notices the fierce rivalry but remains composed. Let's focus on the music, she says to herself, launching into her first performance of the day. Her voice fills the air, captivating her audience with a heartfelt rendition of a classic song. The chat slows down as viewers are completely engrossed. She's amazing, someone types. Followed by heart emojis. Over on Chow's stream, she unveils her surprise. A duet performance with a popular guest singer, drawing huge numbers to her audience. The competition heats up as both streams push the limits of creativity and engagement. Lonely Cigarette sends another extravagant gift to Kiki's stream, immediately drawing attention. Brother Yan is back, the chat exclaims, buzzing with excitement. Kiki smiles softly and addresses her audience. Thank you all so much for your support. Let's keep making great memories together. President Chow notices the gifts and frowns. This lonely cigarette, who is he, and why is he so invested in her? Quote. As the streams continue, both women push themselves to new heights, determined to outshine each other. Kiki wraps up her final performance with a new song she's been practicing for weeks. The chat explodes with applause emojis and praise. You've outdone yourself, Kiki, someone types, capturing the sentiment of the audience. President Chow, reviewing the analytics in real time, remains composed. This isn't over yet, she says to her team. Later that night, Yan sits in his study. Replaying highlights from both streams, his expression remains unreadable as he considers his next move. The day ends with both women solidifying their positions as top streamers. The rivalry fueling their rise to fame. Unbeknownst to them, Yan's growing influence behind the scenes is about to set the stage for a dramatic turn of events. The livestream platform's homepage showcases a banner featuring Kiki and President Chow side by side, further fueling the growing excitement among fans. Kiki takes a moment to scroll through the comments on her previous stream. Messages of encouragement and admiration flood her inbox, giving her the motivation to keep pushing forward. In a quiet moment, she whispers to herself, I won't let anyone down. Today's performance will be my best yet. President Chow reviews her stream's analytics, pinpointing areas to improve. We need a stronger hook, she tells her team. Bring in a bigger guest next time. Kiki's next stream begins with her greeting her audience warmly. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're ready for an exciting session today. The chat immediately lights up with messages. We're here, Kiki. Let's go. One fan types, while another sends virtual hearts. Meanwhile, Lonely Cigarette appears on the leaderboard with another large gift, instantly grabbing the attention of the chat. Brother Yan is back. He never misses a stream, someone writes. Kiki smiles at the screen. Thank you, everyone, for your support. It means so much to me. Over on President Chow's stream, she unveils a new interactive segment, allowing fans to vote on her next performance. The engagement skyrockets. The rivalry intensifies as both streams trend again, with fans passionately debating who is leading the competition. Kiki decides to take a bold step, announcing a special surprise for her audience. I've been working on something new. I hope you'll enjoy it, she says with a soft smile. She begins her performance, showcasing an original song filled with emotion and depth. The chat slows as viewers are captivated by her heartfelt delivery. By the time the song ends, the chat is flooded with applause emojis and messages of admiration. You're incredible, Kiki, one viewer types. President Chow notices Kiki's rising momentum but remains unfazed. She introduces her surprise guest, a famous musician, to her stream, drawing in more viewers. As the two streams battle for attention, Lonely Cigarette sends another message, this time more cryptic. Keep reaching for the top. Kiki reads the message and wonders again about his true identity. Who is he, and why does he believe in me so much? She thinks. Meanwhile, President Chow plans a new event, determined to maintain her dominance. The next stream needs to be bigger, bolder, And unforgettable, she tells her team. As Kiki wraps up her stream, she thanks her fans for their unwavering support. "You're all the reason I can do this. See you next time." Quote. Later that evening, Kiki reflects on the day's events, feeling both grateful and curious about what lies ahead. President Zhao sits in her office, reviewing analytics late into the night. "This isn't over. I'll show everyone what I'm capable of," she says. Yan, watching quietly from his study, contemplates his next move. Both of them are fascinating. But soon, the real game will begin, he thinks. As the day ends, the rivalry between Kiki and Zhao continues to grow, with the entire platform watching their every move. Unseen forces behind the scenes begin to set the stage for a dramatic shift, one that will alter the course of their journeys forever. The next day begins with an air of anticipation. Both Kiki and President Zhao have scheduled their streams at overlapping times again, intensifying the rivalry between the two. Kiki wakes early, her mind already focused on the challenges ahead. She sets up her streaming equipment, ensuring everything is perfect. Meanwhile, President Zhao reviews her plans with her team. "Today, we're introducing something new. It's time to take the lead decisively," she says confidently. The livestream platform's trending section once again highlights both streams, drawing a massive audience eager to see the next showdown. Kiki's stream starts first, opening with a cheerful and heartfelt greeting. "Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. Let's make today amazing together," she says warmly. The chat floods with supportive messages, with viewers expressing their excitement for what's to come. Moments later, President Zhao's stream begins with a dramatic musical performance, immediately captivating her audience. "Welcome back, everyone. I have some exciting surprises for you today," Zhao announces, her charisma shining through. The platform's buzz grows louder as fans split their attention between the two streams, fueling discussions about who will dominate. Kiki remains calm and focused. She begins her first performance with a lively and upbeat song, her voice filling the room with energy. Her audience reacts with enthusiasm, flooding the chat with heart emojis and applause. "You're incredible, Kiki," one viewer types. Over on Zhao's stream, she introduces her first surprise, a duet with the trending celebrity. The audience is immediately hooked. As the competition heats up, Lonely Cigarette makes another appearance in Kiki's chat, sending a large gift that grabs everyone's attention. "Brother Yan is here. He's unstoppable," someone types excitedly. Kiki smiles, addressing her audience. "Thank you so much for your support. Let's keep making memories together." President Zhao notices the gifts pouring into Kiki's stream and narrows her eyes. Who is this Lonely Cigarette? And what's his angle? She wonders. Meanwhile, Kiki introduces her own surprise. A new song she's been working on. "This is something special I've been preparing for all of you," she says softly. The room falls silent as she begins to sing, her voice rich with emotion. The chat slows as viewers are captivated by the heartfelt performance. By the time the song ends, the chat is filled with applause and admiration. "You've touched our hearts, Kiki," one fan writes. Zhao's team scrambles to respond, planning an impromptu announcement to regain momentum. Zhao takes a deep breath and smiles at the camera. "We're just getting started. Stay tuned for what's next," she says confidently. As the streams continue, the rivalry grows fiercer, with both women pushing themselves to their limits. Later that day, Kiki wraps up her stream, thanking her audience once again. "You all inspire me to keep going. See you next time." Quote. Zhao, ending her stream, addresses her viewer with a sly smile. "The best is yet to come. Don't miss what's next." As night falls, the platform is alive with debates about the day's performances. Fans on both sides passionately argue who came out on top. Kiki sits quietly in her room, reflecting on her progress. "I'm getting closer to my dream," she whispers to herself. President Zhao, reviewing analytics with her team, speaks firmly. We can't slow down now. Let's prepare for the next big move. Yuan, sitting in his dimly lit study, watches the replays of both streams. The game is just beginning, he says to himself. His expression unreadable. The stage is set for an even bigger showdown, with Kiki, Zhao, and Yuan's mysterious role at the center of it all. Unseen by everyone, forces are aligning that will soon shift the dynamics of the livestream platform in ways no one expects. The platform buzzes with anticipation as rumors swirl about upcoming announcements from both Kiki and President Zhao. Fans speculate wildly about what could be next. Kiki starts her day early, rehearsing tirelessly. Her determination is evident as she perfects her performance for the stream. Meanwhile, Zhao reviews her plans with her team. Her expression calm but focused. We need to make a statement. Something they won't forget, she says firmly. The timer counts down, and viewers flood into the platform, eager to catch both streams as they go live. Kiki greets her audience with her signature warmth. Good morning, everyone. Let's make today another great one, she says, smiling brightly. The chat fills with messages of support and excitement. We're ready, Kiki, let's go, quote. Moments later, Zhao's stream begins with a dramatic entrance. She stands under a spotlight, holding a microphone. Thank you for joining me. Today, I have something very special for you all, she announces. The platform's trending section highlights both streams, driving even more viewers to tune in. Kiki begins her first performance with a lively and uplifting song. Her energy contagious as the audience reacts with enthusiasm. She's amazing, one fan types, while others flood the chat with applause emojis and hearts. Over on Zhao's stream, she unveils her surprise. A live Q&A session with a popular celebrity. The chat erupts with questions and excitement. The competition grows more intense as both streams continue to push boundaries, captivating their audiences. Lonely Cigarette makes another appearance in Kiki's chat, sending a massive gift that lights up the screen. Brother Yuan strikes again. The chat buzzes, with viewer expressing awe at his continued generosity. Kiki smiles at the camera. Thank you so much for your support, everyone. It means the world to me, she says sincerely. President Zhao notices the gifts pouring into Kiki's stream and raises an eyebrow. This lonely cigarette, he's consistent. I'll give him that, she mutters. Back on Kiki's stream, she announces a special performance. A song dedicated to her supporters. This is for all of you. Thank you for believing in me, she says softly. Her voice fills the room with emotion, captivating everyone watching. The chat slows as viewers are mesmerized by her heartfelt delivery. She's incredible, one viewer types. This is why we love Kiki. Quote. Meanwhile, Zhao pivots to a dramatic reveal. A new partnership with a famous musician. The announcement sends shockwaves through her audience. The rivalry reaches new heights as both streams trend again, solidifying their status as the platform's top performers. Later, as Kiki wraps up her stream, she thanks her fans once more. You all inspire me every day. See you next time. Quote. Zhao ends her stream with a confident smile. There's much more to come. Stay tuned, she says, leaving her viewer in anticipation. As the day ends, fans debate fiercely over who dominated the streams, their loyalty to their favorite streamer unwavering. Kiki sits quietly in her room, reflecting on her journey so far. I'm getting closer, step by step, she whispers. Zhao, in her office, reviews the analytics late into the night. This is just the beginning, she tells her team. Let's prepare for what's next. In his study, Yuan replays the highlights from both streams. His face reveals little, but his eyes are sharp with thought. The stage is set, he says to himself. The screen fades, leaving viewer and fans eagerly awaiting the next chapter in the ongoing rivalry between Kiki and Zhao, with Yuan's mysterious influence looming ever larger. The screen opens with a dramatic shot of the protagonist's determined face. A mix of frustration and resolve. Introduction card. Name: Chen Yuan. Age: 21. Height: 179 cm. Weight: 63 kg. Strength: 9. Physical fitness: 9. Mental strength: 10. Agility: 9. Perception: 10. Strengthening points: 20. Chen Yuan takes a deep breath. His eyes focused. Let's strengthen it, he mutters. The screen flashes. 10 points in strength. 10 points in physical fitness. Quote. A sudden shift to a bustling street. The city hums with life. But Chen Yuan appears lost in thought, walking silently amidst the crowd. A heated confrontation. A voice pierces the air. Ah! Ouch! Let go. Chen Yuan's reflexes kick in as he defends himself from an aggressive stranger. His opponent snarls, "I'm going to kill you." The tension thickens, but Chen Yuan stands firm. His enhanced strength evident as he calmly deflects the attack. A brief moment of reprieve. The fight ends abruptly, leaving the aggressor groaning on the ground. Chen Yuan adjusts his jacket and walks away without a word. A promotional banner briefly interrupts, "Make sure to subscribe to my channel." Quote. The scene shifts to a classroom where whispers fill the air. Chen Yuan overhears disparaging remarks about him, their venom cutting deep. A classmate confronts another, saying, "Junkai, living off a woman isn't shameful, but hitting a woman while doing so makes you a despicable creature." The classroom falls silent as the bold statement lingers in the air. Junkai, visibly embarrassed, grumbles under his breath but says nothing, retreating to his seat. Transition scene. A banner appears briefly, reminding viewer, "Subscribe for the next thrilling episode." Quote. Chen Yuan reflects on the events of the day. As he walks home, his internal monologue reveals his frustration. Why is it that sincerity always seems like a weakness? Quote. The image shifts to a quiet park. Chen Yuan sits on a bench, staring at the horizon, lost in thought. Do I really have to endure this? Do I always have to be the one making sacrifices? Quote. A flashback plays. Chen Yuan's ex-girlfriend, Lin Shatong, stands before him with a cold expression. "Chen Yuan, let's not meet again. My boyfriend might misunderstand," she had said. Her words echo in his mind, followed by images of his desperate attempts to win her back. The screen highlights the futility of his efforts. 4 part-time jobs, countless sacrifices, all dismissed with a wave of her hand. Back in the present, Chen Yuan clenches his fist, his jaw tight. "No more," he whispers. "No more being everyone's lapdog." The sound of his phone interrupts his thoughts. He looks down to see a notification. The licking dog system interface appears. Enhancement points remaining: 20. Strengthen attributes. Quote. Chen Yuan hesitates for a moment, then smirks. "Let's see what happens if I take control for once." He selects Confirm. The screen flashes with data. Strength +10, physical fitness +10. A surge of energy courses through Chen Yuan's body, his posture straightening as his newfound power becomes evident. Montage. Scenes of Chen Yuan effortlessly performing feats of strength, lifting heavy objects, sprinting faster than before, and dominating in physical challenges. The image shifts to the next morning. Chen Yuan's new confidence is on full display as he enters campus. Students whisper among themselves, noticing the change in his demeanor. A group of classmates is gathered outside a cafe. Lin Shatong sits among them, laughing with Junkai. Chen Yuan walks past without a glance, his composure unwavering. One of the classmates points at Chen Yuan. "Hey, isn't that Chen Yuan? He looks different, more confident." Lin Shatong looks over, her expression conflicted. "Could he have changed?" she mutters under her breath. Chen Yuan's internal monologue cuts in. "I'm not doing this for anyone else anymore. This is for me." The screen fades to black with bold text. Chen Yuan's transformation has just begun. Stay tuned for the next chapter. Quote. Chen Yuan's day unfolds as the atmosphere on campus shifts. Conversations trail behind him, filled with curiosity and surprise. For the first time, he isn't the subject of mockery but intrigue. Lin Shatong can't help but steal glances. Why does he look so different? She wonders. But before she can dwell on it, Junkai interrupts her thoughts with an overbearing laugh. Chen Yuan's phone buzzes. A message from a fellow student appears on the screen. Chen Yuan, are you joining the game tonight? We need one more player. His smirk grows as he replies. Count me in. Later that night, the gaming room lights up with vibrant screens. Chen Yuan joins his team online. His newfound agility and perception transferring seamlessly into his gameplay. He's unstoppable, one teammate exclaims as Chen Yuan secures another victory. The screen flashes. 18 consecutive wins. His friends cheer. Chen, did you eat raw oysters to be this strong? Quote. Chen laughs lightly. What are you guys thinking? I'm just in good shape. But his inner monologue betrays his true thoughts. It's the attribute points. Even this feels effortless now. The scene shifts to Chen Yuan's dorm room. He stands before the mirror, taking in his reflection. His physique has noticeably improved. His posture exuding confidence. Now, he says, flexing slightly, I proudly call myself the Peng Yuyang of our university. Isn't that fitting? Quote. A knock at the door interrupts his self-assessment. His roommate pokes his head in, grinning. Yuanzi, did you fall into the toilet hole or what? Your phone's been ringing non-stop. Quote. Picking up his phone, Chen Yuan notices the caller ID. Zhu Lele. He hesitates for a moment. What could she want this late? Quote. Answering the call, he hears her voice trembling on the other end. Chen Yuan, I don't know what to do. I need your help. The screen transitions to Zhu Lele. Sobbing on her balcony, she continues. Can you lend me 500,000 yuan? My dad, he got into gambling debts. And now we're drowning in high-interest loans. Chen Yuan listens silently. His mind flashes back to how she once dismissed him. But he pushes the bitterness aside. Where are you right now? He asks firmly. Zhu Lele's favorability bar flashes on screen, +1, +1, +1. Cut to a quiet cafe. Chen Yuan meets Zhu Lele. Her tear-streaked face a picture of desperation. I didn't know who else to call, she murmurs. Chen Yuan places a sleek credit card on the table. Its golden edges catching the light. This is enough to cover your debts, he says calmly. But know this, Chen Yuan isn't someone you can manipulate anymore. Zhu Lele gasps. Why are you being so kind after everything I've done? Her favorability bar flashes again. +30. Chen Yuan rises from his seat. Because I'm no longer the man who chases after everyone. This time, you'll have to prove your worth. As he leaves the cafe, Zhu Lele watches him go. Her heart conflicted. What's happening to me? Why does he seem so out of reach now? Quote. The screen transitions to Chen Yuan walking through the city streets at night. His silhouette strong and confident. His internal monologue echoes. The world has underestimated me for too long. It's time to show them the real Chen Yuan. End of chapter teaser. A mysterious message pops up on Chen Yuan's phone. The text reads, Are you ready for the next level? Chen Yuan, quote. Bold text fades in. Next time on Chen Yuan's journey. Rivalries ignite and alliances form. Stay tuned, quote. The following day, Chen Yuan strides confidently across campus. The morning sun highlights his sharper features, catching the attention of several students as he passes. In the cafeteria, a group of girls gathers, whispering while sneaking glances. Isn't that Chen Yuan? He looks so different now. Quote. Zhao Yuqi, the second-ranked beauty on campus, enters the scene, her aura commanding attention. She notices Chen Yuan and pauses briefly. A subtle smile forming. Interesting, she murmurs. Lin Shatong appears moments later. Clutching a packed breakfast, Chen Yuan. I brought steamed buns from the canteen. Let's go to class together. Quote. Before Chen Yuan can respond, another voice chimes in. Yuan Gesh. I made seafood porridge for you. Zhu Lele stands nearby, her expression a mix of hope and hesitation. Tension builds as both girls glance at each other. The rivalry evident. A crowd begins to form, intrigued by the unfolding drama. Chen Yuan, unbothered by the commotion, smiles lightly. Thanks, both of you, but I've already eaten, he says, effectively diffusing the situation and leaving the two girls stunned. The scene shifts to a general class session. The lecture hall buzzes with excitement as Chao Yuqi takes a seat near the front. Her calm elegance makes her the center of attention. Chen Yuan enters the room, catching everyone's eye. His newfound charisma and confident demeanor cause a stir. Whispers ripple through the hall. Is that Chen Yuan? He looks so different. Chao Yuqi glances back at him, their eyes meeting briefly. A flicker of curiosity dances in her expression. But she quickly looks away, maintaining her composure. Transition scene, a promotional banner flashes, urging viewer to subscribe and stay updated. Later that evening, Chen Yuan joins a virtual gaming session with his friends. His upgraded skills shine once again, earning him another series of consecutive wins. Yuanzi, you're a genius, one teammate shouts. Why don't you become a live streamer? With your skills, you could earn millions. Quote. Chen Yuan chuckles. Who knows? Maybe someday, he replies. Though his inner thoughts reveal a newfound ambition brewing. The camera pans to Chen Yuan's phone, buzzing with messages. One stands out from Chao Yuqi. Are you free this weekend? Let's have crayfish. Chen Yuan's expression remains unreadable as he types a response. Sure. Let's meet on campus. End of chapter teaser. A shadowy figure watches Chen Yuan from a distance. A sinister smirk on their face. The text fades in. A hidden rival steps forward. Bold text. Next time on Chen Yuan's journey. A battle of wits and hearts. Don't miss it. Quote. The weekend arrives, and the atmosphere on campus is buzzing with activity. Chen Yuan, dressed sharply in a casual outfit, waits near the school gates. His calm demeanor contrasts the flurry of excitement among the students who notice him. Chao Yuqi appears, her elegance radiating even in a simple outfit. Her confident smile softens as she greets him. I hope you haven't been waiting too long. Chen Yuan shakes his head with a slight grin. Not at all. Shall we? They walk together, the whispers of onlookers following them. They arrive at a popular crayfish restaurant in the city. The vibrant atmosphere fills the air, and the scent of spices wafts through the room. Chen Yuan holds the door open for Chao Yuqi, earning a soft, thank you, from her. As they sit down, the waiter approaches with a friendly smile. Welcome. Our special today is spicy garlic crayfish. Would you like to try it? Quote. Chao Yuqi nods enthusiastically. I love spicy food, she says, glancing at Chen Yuan. What about you? Quote. Chen Yuan smirks. Spicy is fine, but I'm more curious if this place lives up to its reputation. Their conversation flows effortlessly as the dishes arrive. Chao Yuqi's composed exterior gives way to a genuine warmth, and Chen Yuan matches her with light-hearted humor and wit. As they eat, a group of students from the same university enters the restaurant. Spotting Chen Yuan and Chao Yuqi, they exchange surprised looks and begin whispering among themselves. Isn't that Chao Yuqi? And Chen Yuan? What are they doing together? One murmurs. Another adds. Didn't Chao Yuqi always reject suitors? Why is she with him? Quote. Back at their table, Chao Yuqi notices the growing attention but remains unfazed. Looks like we're attracting an audience, she comments, her tone amused. Chen Yuan shrugs. Let them watch. It doesn't bother me. The scene transitions to the end of their meal. Chao Yuqi leans back, visibly content. I have to admit, this was a great choice. Thanks for agreeing to come. Chen Yuan smiles. It was my pleasure, but I think you owe me another meal now, he teases lightly. Chao Yuqi chuckles. Fair enough. Next time, it's my treat. As they step out of the restaurant, the warm glow of the city lights surrounds them. Chao Yuqi turns to Chen Yuan with a curious look. You've changed, Chen Yuan. You are not the same person I used to hear about. Chen Yuan pauses, his expression thoughtful. Maybe I got tired of living the same way, he says simply. Before Chao Yuqi can respond, a black car pulls up to the curb. A sharply dressed man steps out, his confident posture and piercing gaze immediately commanding attention. Chao Yuqi, the man greets her with a smile. I didn't expect to see you here. Her expression hardens slightly. President Qin, she replies curtly. What brings you here? Quote. President Qin's eyes shift to Chen Yuan, sizing him up with a calculating glance. And who's this? He asks, his tone laced with subtle condescension. Chen Yuan meets his gaze without flinching. Chen Yuan, he replies calmly. And you are, quote. The tension thickens as President Qin smirks. Someone you'll be hearing a lot about soon. End of chapter teaser. The screen fades to black as the words appear. Chen Yuan faces a new challenge. Will he rise to the occasion? Quote. Bold text. Next time on Chen Yuan's journey, unveiling secrets and hidden motives. Don't miss it. Quote. The next chapter opens with Chen Yuan walking back to campus after his tense encounter with President Qin. The cool night air does little to ease the weight of the man's veiled threat. His thoughts race. Who is he? And why did he seem so interested in me? Quote. Back in his dorm room, Chen Yuan pulls up his phone and starts searching for information on President Qin. A series of articles appear, each highlighting Qin's success as a young business mogul with ties to the university. Of course, Chen Yuan mutters. A powerful figure with an ego to match. He must see me as a threat. The screen flashes to the next morning. Chen Yuan is in the gym, his newly enhanced strength allowing him to lift heavier weights with ease. Sweat drips down his face as he pushes himself harder, his mind replaying the events with Qin. Meanwhile, on another part of campus, Chao Yuqi stands outside her dorm. Deep in thought, a friend approaches, nudging her with a teasing grin. So, what's going on with you and Chen Yuan? The whole campus is talking about it. Chao Yuqi brushes off the comment with a smirk. He's just different, she says, though her tone carries a hint of admiration. The scene shifts to the student union office. President Qin sits at a polished desk, his fingers steepled as he speaks to an assistant. Find out everything about Chen Yuan, he orders. I don't like surprises. Cut to Chen Yuan, now at an esports cafe with his friends. The lively environment buzzes with chatter and the sound of rapid keyboard clicks. Chen Yuan's team gathers around him, eagerly awaiting their next game. Alright, Yuanzi, let's see if you can keep up the winning streak. A friend exclaims. Chen Yuan grins, his confidence unshaken. You know I'm just getting started. As the match begins, Chen Yuan's sharp reflexes and enhanced perception allow him to dominate. The screen flashes. Victory. 19 consecutive wins. His friends cheer, patting him on the back. You're a machine, Yuanzi. You should seriously consider streaming professionally. Chen Yuan laughs, but his inner thoughts are calculating. Maybe this is a way to grow my influence. It's worth exploring. Later, as Chen Yuan leaves the cafe, he receives a message from Chao Yuqi. Are you free tonight? There's something I want to discuss. Chen Yuan replies. Sure, where should we meet? She responds with an address. A quiet tea house near campus. The tea house exudes a serene ambience, its warm lighting and traditional decor setting the perfect tone for their conversation. Chao Yuqi arrives shortly after Chen Yuan, her expression serious. Thank you for coming, she says. Sitting across from him, there's something you should know about President Qin. Chen Yuan leans forward, intrigued. I'm listening. Chao Yuqi hesitates for a moment before speaking. Keen is not just a businessman. He's been trying to control student affairs to expand his influence. Anyone who opposes him becomes a target. Chen Yuan's expression darkens. So, he sees me as a threat because I don't fit into his plan. Zhao Yuqi nods. Exactly. Be careful, Chen Yuan. He doesn't play fair. The tension between them softens as Zhao Yuqi smiles faintly. But I think you can handle him. You are not the type to back down. Chen Yuan smirks. You're right about that. End of chapter teaser. The camera pans out from the tea house, showing Keen's black car parked nearby. Inside, Keen watches them through the window, his expression cold and calculating. Bold text. Next time on Chen Yuan's journey. Confronting power and defying control. Don't miss it. Quote. The next morning, campus life continues as usual. But a subtle tension lingers. Chen Yuan strides confidently through the halls, his mind focused on the encounter with Zhao Yuqi and the lurking threat of President Keen. A group of students watches him pass. He's really changed, one mutters. Another adds, do you think he's involved with Zhao Yuqi now? Quote. In the student union building, Keen's assistant hands him a folder. Here's everything we could find on Chen Yuan, the assistant says. Keen flips through the pages, his smirk growing. Interesting. Let's see how far he can go. Later, Chen Yuan receives an invitation to a campus gala hosted by the student union. The text reads, attendance is mandatory for influential students. He senses Keen's hand in this. That evening, the gala is in full swing. The grand hall is adorned with elegant decorations, and the campus elite mingle under the warm glow of chandeliers. Chen Yuan arrives, his sharp suit drawing glances from the crowd. As he steps inside, Zhao Yuqi approaches him, her dress shimmering under the lights. I see you got the invitation, she says with a smile. Be careful tonight. Keen will be watching. Chen Yuan smirks. Let him watch. I'm not here to play his games. The music shifts to a slower tune, and couples begin to pair off on the dance floor. Keen enters the scene, his presence commanding as he scans the room, his eyes landing on Chen Yuan. Chen Yuan, Keen says, approaching with a calculated smile. I'm glad you could make it. Chen Yuan meets his gaze evenly. It seemed important, he replies, his tone steady. Keen gestures toward the balcony. Let's talk. Outside, the night is quiet, with only the distant hum of music in the background. Keen leans casually against the railing. You're ambitious, Chen Yuan, but ambition without control can be dangerous. Chen Yuan crosses his arms, his expression unyielding. And what exactly are you warning me about? Keen? Quote. Keen's smile turns icy. This campus is my domain. If you intend to disrupt that, you'll find yourself in a losing battle. Chen Yuan steps closer, his voice low but firm. I don't care about your domain. But if you think you can intimidate me, you're mistaken. The tension thickens as the two lock eyes, neither willing to back down. Finally, Keen straightens and chuckles lightly. You have spirit. I'll give you that. Let's see how long it lasts. As Keen walks away, Chen Yuan exhales, his mind racing. This isn't over, he thinks, his determination growing. Back inside, Zhao Yuqi finds Chen Yuan at the edge of the dance floor. What happened out there? She asks, concern flickering in her eyes. Nothing I can't handle, Chen Yuan replies. He extends a hand. Shall we dance? Quote. Zhao Yuqi hesitates for a moment before smiling and taking his hand. The two move gracefully across the floor, their chemistry undeniable. The crowd watches in awe, whispers spreading like wildfire. From the corner of the room, Keen observes them, his expression unreadable. He turns to his assistant and mutters. Increase the pressure. I want to see how far he'll go. End of chapter teaser. A montage of scenes flashes. Chen Yuan training harder, Zhao Yuqi caught in a confrontation, and Keen making a mysterious phone call. The final shot lingers on Chen Yuan's determined face as he vows, I won't back down. Bold text, next time on Chen Yuan's journey, testing limits and forging allies. Stay tuned. Quote. The next chapter begins with Chen Yuan pushing his limits in an intense training session at the gym. His enhanced attributes allow him to exceed even his own expectations. The camera pans to his determined face as he thinks, if I'm going to face someone like Qin, I need to be ready for anything. Meanwhile, Qin meets with a shadowy figure in a dimly lit office. I need you to dig deeper into Chen Yuan's past, Qin orders. His tone sharp. There's more to him than meets the eye. The scene shifts to Chao Yuqi in a campus library. Flipping through a file she's gathered on Qin's activities. Her brows furrow as she uncovers evidence of his manipulative dealings. This needs to stop, she mutters to herself. Later that day, Chen Yuan receives a cryptic message. Meet me at the library. We need to talk. The sender is Chao Yuqi. At the library, Chao Yuqi greets him, her expression serious. Chen Yuan, I found something, she says. Handing him the file. Qin isn't just controlling the student union. He's using it to establish a network of power that stretches beyond campus. Chen Yuan flips through the file. His expression darkening. So, he's not just after me. He's trying to consolidate control over everything. Chao Yuqi nods. If you want to challenge him, you'll need allies. You can't do this alone. The scene transitions to Chen Yuan gathering a group of trusted friends. Among them are Zhu Lele, his roommate, and a few classmates who've seen firsthand Qin's oppressive tactics. We need to stand up to him, Chen Yuan says. But we have to be smart about it. Zhu Lele hesitates. Are you sure this is a good idea? Qin doesn't seem like someone who'll back down easily. Chen Yuan's voice is firm. That's exactly why we need to fight back. If we don't, he'll keep getting stronger. A montage follows, showing Chen Yuan and his allies planning their next moves. They gather evidence, rally support among students, and strategically challenge Qin's influence. Meanwhile, Qin grows suspicious of the brewing resistance. His assistant warns him, Chen Yuan is gaining traction. If this continues, he could disrupt your plans. Qin smirks coldly. Let him try. He doesn't know who he's dealing with. The tension escalates when Qin manipulates a campus event to publicly discredit Chen Yuan. At the event, Qin stands on stage, addressing the crowd. It's come to my attention that certain individuals are spreading false rumors about me, he says. Smoothly, let's not let petty jealousy divide us. Chen Yuan watches from the audience. His fists clenched. He's trying to paint me as the villain, he thinks. But instead of reacting, he calmly steps forward. President Qin, Chen Yuan calls out. His voice clear. If what you're saying is true, then you won't mind answering a few questions. The crowd murmurs in anticipation as Qin hesitates for a split second before smiling. Of course not, he says. Go ahead. Chen Yuan presents a series of pointed questions, each backed by evidence Chao Yuqi uncovered. The atmosphere shifts as Qin struggles to maintain his composure. The crowd begins to whisper, doubt creeping in. After the event, Chen Yuan's allies gather around him. Their spirits lifted. That was incredible, Yuan. One exclaims, you turned the tables on him. Chen Yuan smiles faintly. This is just the beginning. We've exposed him, but he's not going to go down without a fight. End of chapter teaser. A split screen shows Qin making another phone call. His expression dark, while Chen Yuan and Chao Yuqi review their next steps. The final shot lingers on a mysterious envelope dropped into Chen Yuan's dorm mailbox. Bold text, next time on Chen Yuan's journey, secrets revealed and battles fought. Don't miss it. Quote. The next chapter opens with Chen Yuan holding the mysterious envelope he found in his dorm mailbox. He carefully opens it, revealing a note that reads, Meet me at the old auditorium at midnight. Come alone. Chen Yuan's expression hardens as he folds the note. This could be a trap, he mutters. But after a moment of thought, he decides to go. If it's a chance to get more information on Keen, it's worth the risk. At midnight, the old auditorium is cloaked in shadows. Chen Yuan steps inside, the creaking of the wooden doors echoing through the empty hall. A figure steps out of the shadows. A student Chen Yuan recognizes as a former member of the student union. "You're Chen Yuan," the figure says. "I've been watching what you're doing. We have a common enemy." The student hands Chen Yuan a USB drive. This contains records of Keen's activities, proof of his manipulation and how he's been funding his schemes. Chen Yuan takes the drive, his resolve strengthening. "Why are you giving this to me?" Quote. The student hesitates, then says, "I used to work for Keen. I believed in him until I saw what he was really doing. You are the only one who can stop him now." As the student disappears into the night, Chen Yuan pockets the USB drive and leaves the auditorium, his mind racing with possibilities. The next day, Chen Yuan gathers Chao Yuqi and his closest allies in a secure location. He plugs the USB into a laptop, and the group watches as files detailing Keen's network of bribes, blackmail, and corruption unfold on the screen. "This is it," Chao Yuqi says, her voice steady. "This is what we need to bring him down." Chen Yuan nods. "But we have to be careful. If Keen finds out we have this, he'll do everything in his power to silence us." The group begins planning their next move. They decide to leak the information strategically, ensuring it reaches the right people while protecting themselves. Meanwhile, Keen starts to notice cracks in his control. His assistant reports, "There's been an unusual increase in student inquiries about the union's finances. Someone's stirring the pot." Keen's expression darkens. "It's Chen Yuan," he says. "He's more resourceful than I gave him credit for." The tension escalates when Keen orchestrates a campus-wide announcement, accusing Chen Yuan of spreading lies. The announcement concludes with a chilling warning. Anyone supporting these baseless accusations will face consequences. Chen Yuan and his allies watch the announcement from a student lounge. Zhu Lele speaks up, her voice shaky. "He's trying to turn everyone against us." Chen Yuan remains calm. "Let him. The truth is on our side. We just need to make sure it reaches the people." The scene shifts to a bustling student gathering. Chen Yuan and his team distribute flyers with evidence of Keen's corruption, while Chao Yuqi gives a compelling speech, urging students to stand up for what's right. The tide begins to turn as more students rally behind Chen Yuan. "He's standing up to Keen." One student exclaims, "Maybe it's time we did too." As Keen watches the growing movement, his frustration boils over. "Enough," he snarls to his assistant. "Prepare to release the leverage we have on these students." End of chapter teaser. The screen splits between Keen preparing his counterattack and Chen Yuan addressing a crowd of students, his voice filled with determination. "We're not backing down. Not now. Not ever." Bold text. Next time on Chen Yuan's journey, Keen strikes back and the battle heats up. Stay tuned. Quote. The chapter begins with a tense atmosphere. Keen's assistant delivers a stack of documents to him, smirking. "These are the dirt we've gathered on Chen Yuan's supporters. With this, we can shut them down." Keen scans the files, his eyes narrowing. "Good. Release just enough to make them panic. Let's see how loyal they remain when their secrets are exposed." Meanwhile, Chen Yuan's supporters are abuzz with activity. The files they've distributed have sparked a wave of student outrage, with demands for Keen to step down growing louder. As Chen Yuan addresses a gathering of students, his phone buzzes. A cryptic message appears. "Check the news." Clicking the link, he sees a smear article targeting Chao Yuqi and several of his closest allies. Chao Yuqi's face pales as she reads the headline. "Campus beauty exposed. Ties to scandalous dealings." Her voice shakes as she mutters, "This is all fabricated." Quote. Chen Yuan's voice cuts through the murmurs. "This is Keen's doing," he says firmly. "He's trying to break us. But we can't let him." Zhu Lele speaks up, her voice trembling. What if it works? What if people believe him? Quote. Chen Yuan's gaze hardens. Then we give them the truth. We fight fire with fire. The screen transitions to Qin's office, where he sits confidently. Let's see if Chen Yuan can handle the pressure, he says to his assistant. Break him. And his movement falls apart. Back on campus, Chen Yuan gathers his core team. We need to counter this immediately, he says. Chao Yuqi, we'll clear your name first. Zhu Lele. Rally the students who've been directly affected by Qin's tactics. A montage shows the group springing into action. Chao Yuqi delivering a heartfelt statement to the student body, denying the allegations and providing evidence of her integrity. Zhu Lele organizing a protest, with students holding signs that read, "Truth over fear." Chen Yuan strategically releasing more damning evidence against Qin. The tide begins to turn as students start questioning the smear campaign. This doesn't add up, one student says. Why is Qin targeting them so aggressively? Quote. Qin's frustration grows as reports of the protest reach him. How are they still holding together? He snarls. His assistant hesitates before replying. Chen Yuan is rallying more support than we expected. The scene shifts to the protest, where Chen Yuan takes the microphone. His voice rings out, strong and clear. For too long, we've allowed one man to manipulate us. Today, we stand together for transparency, for justice, and for the future of this campus. Quote. The crowd erupts into cheers, their resolve strengthening. Even Chao Yuqi, usually composed, smiles proudly as she watches Chen Yuan. The screen cuts to Qin, watching the protest on a live stream. His fists clench, his jaw tight. Enough of this nonsense, he growls. It's time to end this. End of chapter. Teaser. Qin makes a phone call, his voice cold and calculating. Activate Plan B. I don't care what it takes. The final shot lingers on Chen Yuan standing before the crowd, his determined expression unyielding. The text fades in. This is just the beginning. Bold text. Next time on Chen Yuan's journey. A desperate gamble and an unlikely alliance. Don't miss it. Quote. The new chapter begins with a foreboding scene. Qin sits in his office, the dim lighting reflecting off his cold expression. His assistant enters, hesitating before speaking. Plan B is ready, sir. Are you sure about this? Quote. Qin's response is firm. If Chen Yuan wants to play the hero, let's see how he handles being the villain. Release the dossier. Meanwhile, Chen Yuan and his team regroup in a quiet cafe. The protest has energized their movement, but the tension is palpable. Qin won't back down, Chao Yuqi says, her tone cautious. We need to stay ahead of him. As they brainstorm their next move, Chen Yuan's phone buzzes. It's a notification from the campus news site. The headline reads, Chen Yuan's hidden past. Allegations of misconduct surface. Chen Yuan's face remains calm as he opens the article. It's filled with fabricated accusations and twisted truths, all designed to discredit him. His allies look on anxiously. This is bad, Zhu Lele says, her voice shaky. People might believe this. Chen Yuan closes the article and looks at the group. It's a distraction, he says firmly. We focus on the real issue, exposing Qin's corruption. The scene transitions to Qin watching the chaos unfold from his office. He smirks as he sees the rumors spreading. Let's see how long Chen Yuan can hold his ground. Back on campus, Chen Yuan faces a wave of questions and doubts from students. Is it true? One asks. Were you really involved in those things? Quote. Chen Yuan meets their gaze steadily. No, he says. But even if it were, it wouldn't change the fact that Qin is exploiting all of us. Don't let his lies distract you from the truth. His unwavering confidence begins to sway the crowd. A few students nod, their trust in him holding firm. We're with you, Chen Yuan, one says. Later that night, Chen Yuan reviews the situation with Chao Yuqi. We need to turn this around, he says. If we can prove the dossier is fake, it'll undermine Qin's credibility. Chao Yuqi nods. Leave that to me. I know someone who can trace the source of the leak. The scene cuts to a hacker's den, where Chao Yuqi meets with a tech-savvy ally. I need you to trace this, she says, handing over a copy of the dossier. The hacker gets to work, the screen filling with lines of code. Meanwhile, Keen tightens his grip on the campus. He issues warnings to student organizations, threatening to shut them down if they align with Chen Yuan. The tension escalates as Chao Yuqi returns with the results. We have proof, she says, showing Chen Yuan the hacker's findings. The dossier came directly from Keen's office. Chen Yuan smiles. This is what we needed. Let's make it public. A montage follows, showing Chen Yuan's team distributing the evidence. Students flood social media with the truth, turning the tide once more. The hashtag expose Keen trends across campus. Keen's frustration reaches a boiling point as he watches his influence crumble. This isn't over, he growls. Chen Yuan will regret this. End of chapter. Teaser. A shadowy figure approaches Keen, their voice low and menacing. You've lost control, Keen. Perhaps it's time for someone else to step in. The final shot lingers on Chen Yuan standing under the campus clock tower. His expression resolute as the text fades in. The battle is far from over. Bold text, next time on Chen Yuan's journey, unmasking the puppet masters. Don't miss it. Quote. The chapter begins with an uneasy calm on campus. The fallout from the revelations against Keen has left the student body in disarray. While many have rallied behind Chen Yuan, others remain wary of the conflict's growing intensity. Chen Yuan sits with Chao Yuqi and his allies in a secluded area. The fight isn't over, he says. Keen might be losing control, but whoever that shadowy figure is, they're the real threat now. Chao Yuqi nods, her expression firm. We've exposed Keen, but someone even more powerful might be pulling the strings. We need to be ready. A montage follows, showing Chen Yuan and his team preparing for the next phase of their plan. Chao Yuqi networks with key students. Zhu Lele gathers support through protests. And Chen Yuan trains harder than ever, determined to stay ahead of his enemies. Meanwhile, Keen meets with the shadowy figure in a hidden location. You've failed, the figure says coldly. It's time we take over. Keen's defiance wavers. I can still fix this, he insists. But the figure dismisses him. Step aside, or you'll be collateral damage. The scene transitions to a campus-wide event hosted by the shadowy figure, who reveals themselves as a wealthy benefactor connected to the university's board. They promise to restore order, but subtly undermine Chen Yuan's efforts. Chen Yuan watches the speech from the back of the crowd, his jaw clenched. This isn't about order, he mutters. It's about control. Later, Chao Yuqi approaches Chen Yuan with urgent news. I did some digging, she says. The benefactor has ties to powerful corporations using the university to recruit students into exploitative contracts. Chen Yuan processes this information. So, they're not just trying to control the campus. They're grooming students for their own gain. That night, Chen Yuan gathers his core team. This is bigger than we thought, he says. But we have the advantage. We know their plan, and we know how to fight it. The group devises a bold strategy. A campus-wide rally to expose the benefactor's true motives. They plan to hack into the benefactor's upcoming speech and broadcast the truth to everyone. The final showdown takes place at the benefactor's event. The room is filled with students, faculty, and influential figures. As the benefactor begins their speech, Chen Yuan and his allies spring into action. The screens behind the benefactor flicker, and a video begins playing. Evidence of their corporate ties, exploitative practices, and manipulation of the university. The crowd gasps as the truth is laid bare. The benefactor's calm facade cracks as the students rise in anger. Chen Yuan steps forward, addressing the crowd. This campus belongs to us. We won't let greed and corruption dictate our future. A serene setting introduces the scene, leaving the audience curious about what's to unfold. Chen Yuan appears, his confident demeanor hinting at an intriguing purpose. Chen Yuan, why did you bring me here so mysteriously? The voice cuts through the suspense as curiosity lingers in the air. A grand villa stands majestically before them, its opulence apparent. A cheerful voice greets them. Oh, oh, oh. This must be Mr. Yan. Welcome, quote. The host, Hong Yuanqiao, eyes them with subtle suspicion. Mr. Yan looks ordinary, but his female companion, she exudes an extraordinary temperament. Could he be from a hidden family? Quote. The air buzzes with unspoken questions as they are ushered inside. Introducing himself with a polite smile, Hong Yuanqiao says, I am Hong Yuanqiao, just doing some small business. Recently, due to financial turnover issues, I reluctantly decided to sell this villa. He gestures warmly, please come in, both of you. The camera pans across the grand entryway, showcasing luxury at its peak. Mr. Yan, have a look. The total building area of this villa is 500 square meters, Hong explains with pride. The pool area spans 2,000 square meters, he adds, motioning toward the sparkling blue water outside. The sheer size and luxury take everyone's breath away. The elegance of the villa speaks volumes, needing no words. Hong Yuanqiao continues, designed and decorated by a famous designer. The craftsmanship here is impeccable. Pointing to the picturesque surroundings, he beams, and look here. Majestic landscapes with excellent feng shui. If it weren't for my financial troubles, I'd bury myself here. Quote. Chen Yuan's companion, Kiki, can't help but wonder, could it be that Chen Yuan is buying a house? This luxurious mansion must cost tens of millions. Quote. The thought is overwhelming, leaving her in stunned silence. Chen Yuan, unfazed, asks calmly, all right, the location is good, you don't need to make an effort. Just tell me how much. Hong hesitates before answering, Mr. Yan, I won't hide it, although I need money urgently. Several groups were interested in this place before you came. My asking price for this house is 50 million. Of course, I'll leave some room for negotiation. Chen Yuan's calm response surprises him. As for the price, I'll give you an average. How about 60 million? Quote. The bold offer leaves everyone speechless. Hong's thoughts race. Is the price too high? Indeed, it's not easy to deceive someone from the aristocracy. Quote. But Chen Yuan's confidence strikes a chord. I didn't expect it to be so cheap, he remarks casually. Hong's eyes widen in disbelief. What's going on? Someone actually finds a house too cheap to buy? Damn, I should have quoted 70. No, 80 million. Quote. Chen Yuan turns to Kiki. Kiki, do you think we should buy this house? Quote. Caught off guard, she stammers. Huh? You're asking me? Well, whether to buy or not has nothing to do with me. Her nervous response earns a small smirk from Chen Yuan. Hong struggles to maintain composure. 60 million as a gift. Such financial strength and courage. I hope I didn't offend this gentleman with my words just now. The deal appears sealed, but whispers in the background suggest disbelief. Does Chen Yuan have so much money? Even if he's generous, there should be a limit. This is too exaggerated. 60 million isn't 60 bucks. Quote. Hong remains visibly flustered, silently scolding himself for underestimating his client. The tension builds as Chen Yuan remains composed, exuding an air of authority. Amidst the villa's luxurious splendor, Hong contemplates the transaction's implications. The narration takes a pause as the scene shifts, leaving viewer eager for the next reveal. Chen Yuan gazes at Kiki with a steady expression, a decision solidifying in his mind. The camera pans to Kiki, her curiosity clearly piqued by the unfolding situation. Chen Yuan breaks the silence. Kiki, let me explain. Recently, There have been housing restrictions. And I own too many properties under my name, he reveals. I wanted to transfer one to your name. Kiki's eyes widen in shock, her voice faltering. You wanted to transfer a property to me? Quote. Chen Yuan's gaze softens. I also hope to give you a home. The sincerity in his words leaves Kiki speechless, a mix of emotions flickering across her face. The moment is profound, as if time itself pauses for their conversation. The paperwork looms large, a sign of the magnitude of this gesture. Kiki's inner thoughts swirl in turmoil. Does he truly have feelings for me? Quote. Chen Yuan's voice interrupts her contemplation. What is our relationship? Isn't what's mine also yours? There's no distinction. A notification appears, signaling Chao Yuki's favorability increasing by 10 points. The numbers tick upward again, Chao Yuki's favorability rises another 10 points. Current favorability with Chao Yuki, 90, a system prompt displays, adding to the suspense. The atmosphere lightens as the perspective shifts back to others in the room. A colleague sighs wistfully. Boss, look at him. When will you also give me a house? Quote. Another response with exaggerated despair. Well, I really can't afford it. Sobbing tilde. Laughter erupts, though envy lingers beneath the surface. The onlookers marvel at Chen Yuan's effortless generosity. Consumption like this. And he's so young. I wonder if he needs a secretary. The buzz of admiration echoes as the scene transitions smoothly. The camera pans to Chen Yuan, calculating the intricate steps of his plan. A brief pause introduces the next layer of intrigue. Chairman Chao's favorability is already at 90 points, Chen Yuan muses inwardly. Once I complete the transformation with the 70 million I spent on her, it will turn into a 7 million cashback. Quote. A quick flashback highlights Chen Yuan's calculated moves, revealing his shrewd strategy. Plus the attribute point rewards, I'm making gains in multiple areas, he chuckles to himself. His confidence radiates as the system screen fades. Please subscribe my channel, thanks. Later, Kiki's voice interrupts his thoughts. Chen Yuan, aren't you getting off? Quote. Oh, my roommate invited me to the internet cafe to play games. You can go back by yourself. Her tone is casual but hints at suppressed emotions. Chen Yuan is caught off guard. This shouldn't be happening. What about my confession? Quote. The tension builds as the screen briefly displays another promotional banner. The setting shifts to the bustling internet cafe, filled with activity. Why are you just getting here? One of Kiki's friends exclaims, we've already played a few rounds. Quote. Because you weren't here, we lost. Another chimes in. Lao Zhou's jungle is too skilled. Quote. The group's lively chatter fills the space as they turn their attention to Chen Yuan. Yuanzi, hurry up and swipe your card. We've reserved this machine for you. Don't worry, Godfather is here to lead you to victory. Quote. The cashier smiles warmly. Please get a card for 20 yuan. 4 packs of Lican cigarettes. And 4 bottles of iced black tea. A flashback reveals Kiki sharing her connection to the cafe. Didn't I tell you? She says nonchalantly. My dad owns a chain of internet cafes. And this one is his. Chen Yuan is amused but unsurprised. Thanks to you, my family's debts have been averted, Kiki continues with gratitude. The camaraderie between them grows. Chen Yuan, let me treat you to a drink. She offers excitedly. No, I'll give you a lifetime membership for this internet cafe. Unlimited computer usage. Quote. But their light-hearted moment is interrupted. You're old Zhu's daughter, when is your dad going to repay the money he owes us? Quote. The cheerful atmosphere turns tense. I already repaid you 5 million last time. Why do I have to repay again? Quote. The confrontational exchange escalates, threatening to boil over. Stop yapping, the man sneers. If you can't come up with 15 million today, you are coming with us. With your looks, you'll be the top performer in my nightclub for sure. You can earn 15 million in a year or two. Haha. Quote. Chen Yuan's expression darkens. That's enough, he says coldly. Get out before I get angry. His authoritative tone sends a shiver through the room. Kiki's voice trembles as she calls out, Chen Yuan. Her worry is palpable. The menacing thugs, unfazed, scoff. Dogs shouldn't meddle in others' affairs. Get him. Quote. The thugs charge toward Chen Yuan, their hostility evident. Chen Yuan, calm and poised, waits for the right moment to strike. With precision, he delivers a swift kick, sending the first attacker stumbling back. A flurry of moves follows, punches, kicks, and blocks. His skill is undeniable. One bystander exclaims in disbelief. This. Is that the first blood ultimate move? Cyclone kick. When did Yuanzi become so good at fighting? Quote. The remaining thugs falter, one muttering, Kid, you're lucky today. Don't let me catch you again. As they retreat, Kiki rushes forward. Brother Yuan, thank you. You saved me again. Her voice is filled with gratitude and relief. Tears well up in her eyes. I was so scared just now, sobbed Tilda. A system notification appears, announcing, Zulele's favorability reaches 95 points. Congratulations. The host's counterattack is successful. Quote. Chen Yuan reflects on the rewards from this encounter. Number 1 dog-licking target. Total expenditure on dog-licking gold. 530,000 yuan. Reward for the host. 30,000 yuan. Zulele successfully transformed into the host's dog-licking target. Reward. 5 strengthening points. The system adds. Today is truly a day of double blessings. Let's see where the new strengthening points should be added. Chen Yuan contemplates his next move as Kiki watches him intently. The system prompt flashes, add all strengthening points to agility. Quote. Chen Yuan smiles subtly. I have a bad feeling, but let's see where this leads. Please subscribe my channel. Thanks. A new scene unfolds, focusing on Chen Yuan's growing influence. The camera highlights his previous successes, Lin Shatong and Zhu Lele now in his favor. Chen Yuan ponders. Lin Shatong and Zhu Lele have been successfully pursued. President Zhao is just a small matter. I need to find some new targets. Otherwise, I'll fall into the predicament of having no one to pursue. Quote. A sharp voice interrupts his thoughts. Hey, classmate, can you move to the side? You are bothering others. Quote. The setting shifts to the school playground, where a sports club has taken over for a short sprint competition. A fierce-looking girl steps into view, her commanding presence hard to ignore. Chen Yuan raises an eyebrow. Sure, if you want me to leave, it's easy. Just add me on WeChat. The girl snaps back. Stop it. What are you doing? Quote. Her fiery response only amuses him further. Another voice chimes in mockingly. This guy. He has a bit of an attitude. Look at yourself before talking. Do you even deserve to pursue Xiao Ruoyu? Quote. The tension escalates as another remark cuts through the air. A toad wants to eat swan meat. Better give up early. Quote. Chen Yuan smirks. Such a narrow road for enemies. This should be interesting. A new system screen appears. Licking dog action begins. Name. He Zhang. Age. 19. Height. 169 centimeters. Weight. 50 kilograms. Looks. 8.2 points. Current favorability of this girl towards the host. -5 points. The reward details flash. When the favorability of this girl towards the host exceeds 95 points. Reward 10% licking dog gold. Reward. Strengthening points. 22 points. Chen Yuan chuckles. 22 points, quite interesting. A loud announcement follows. The competition is about to begin. Please get ready, all participants. Quote. The camera pans over the contestants, each preparing with determination. Kiki stands on the sidelines, cheering enthusiastically. "Go, hubby, you're the best," she yells, but her attention shifts suddenly. Why is there someone crouching outside the track? Quote. The mysterious figure remains hidden, adding intrigue to the scene. The tension builds as the countdown begins. The starting pistol fires, and the racers dash forward. Chen Yuan sprints effortlessly, his speed unmatched. Gasps fill the air as he overtakes one racer after another. "He's so fast. Impossible. Who is he?" one of the spectators exclaims. The race concludes with Chen Yuan crossing the finish line in record time. The crowd erupts in applause, their amazement palpable. The screen fades, leaving a bold message: "To be continued. Please subscribe my channel, thanks." The scene opens with the crowd dispersing, but whispers linger about the mysterious runner. Chen Yuan calmly walks off the track, his composure a stark contrast to the excitement around him. A hushed voice cuts through, "Who is that guy? He's not even a registered participant." Quote. Someone declares, "Watch, Li Yang. I will defeat you in your field." Quote. Li Yang, the perennial champion, smirks confidently. "Is that so? We'll see." He takes a deep breath, his aura shifting. "I can't be underestimated." Seal released. Quote. An intense energy surrounds him as he braces for the challenge. Li Yang sprints forward, but suddenly halts in confusion. "Where is he?" he mutters, searching for Chen Yuan. The crowd murmurs, their curiosity piqued by the sudden disappearance. Chen Yuan's voice echoes in Li Yang's mind. "With your mere 10 years of hard training, how can you compare to the skill points I've accumulated in a week?" Quote. The crowd gasps as Chen Yuan reappears, his speed leaving even the fastest stunned. "He's literally unstoppable," one spectator shouts. "What speed! Even our perennial champion couldn't withstand the pressure." Quote. The clock reveals Chen Yuan's record-breaking time, achieved in less than 50 seconds. Li Yang stands frozen, his defeat clear as the crowd erupts into cheers. The scene shifts to a dejected Li Yang muttering, Did I lose?" Quote. Another voice chimes in. "But now, we still know nothing about him. He's not even a registered participant." Quote. Suggestions float around the crowd. "Someone should recommend him for the national team." Quote. Chen Yuan dismisses the idea coolly. "Sorry, not interested." His effortless dismissal leaves onlookers in awe. He Zhang, the fierce girl from earlier, watches from the sidelines, her expression softening. "I didn't even notice how brave he is." A system notification flashes, He Zhang favorability +5. The scene cuts to her internal thoughts, where conflicting emotions swirl. "What's wrong with you?" one of her friends asks. "You seem lost in thought." Another notification appears, He Zhang favorability +5. The points continue to climb as her admiration grows. The playground quiets, signaling the end of the event. The narration highlights Chen Yuan's growing reputation, the echoes of his achievements spreading rapidly. As the camera zooms out, Chen Yuan's confident stride leaves a lasting impression on everyone present. The story begins with a calm yet intriguing atmosphere, setting the stage for unfolding events. "Kiki, where did you go? Oh, you don't know that Chen Yuan gifted me a house?" The statement lands like a bombshell, leaving those nearby shocked. Surprise spreads among the listeners, expressions of disbelief evident. "What? He gave you a house?" The question echoes in the room, met with a proud reply. "Yes, today I went to see the house with him. By the way, Chen Yuan bought this house for 60 million. Check the property prices in Jianghu district for me." Her voice carries both pride and curiosity. "In case that fat guy selling the house cheats me, I won't spare him." Chen Yuan said, "His word is mine." Her confidence brims as she recounts the exchange. Silly people have silly luck. Someone mutters bitterly. Why doesn't she encounter such good things? So jealous. Stop showing off. I'll help you. Oh my god, what's this? A sudden outburst interrupts the chatter, drawing attention to a phone screen. The top scumbag at Huda University, Chen Yuan, is in relationships with multiple girls. The headline spreads shockwaves across the room. The tension thickens as everyone processes the revelation, eyes glued to the screen. Whispers begin to ripple through the crowd, suspicion and curiosity taking root. Scumbag, me? Chen Yuan exclaims, visibly shaken. What kind of joke is this? I'm clearly a generous guy. This is slander. His frustration boils over as he tries to make sense of the situation. Seems like I've been too high profile lately. Someone's not happy. Who could it be? He ponders, pacing in thought. In another corner of campus, a group chuckles slyly. Did you post it? Did you post it? Posted it. Damn. It's at the top. The post is on fire. Hee hee. Now this kid's reputation is ruined. Their laughter fills the room. Their plan unfolding as intended. Suddenly, the door opens. What are you three up to? Drawing the curtains and turning off the lights in broad daylight? You walk so quietly. You scared the heck out of me. Brother Yang. Recently in the literature department. There's a guy named Chen Yuan who's quite arrogant. We're dealing with him now. Hey, isn't that the guy from the sprint competition? Called Chen Yuan? Could it be him? That little jerk I once beat up? The comment drips with disdain as old grudges resurface. Chen Yuan. His name is uttered with a mix of intrigue and malice. I know him. We went to the same high school. He's been a die-hard kiss-up since childhood. I've got plenty of dirt on him. He's probably not fit to be a scumbag. Most likely, he's annoying girls by sticking around and harassing them. Brother Yang. Speak slowly. The key point is he a licking dog? Yang Ge. Sit down and tell us slowly. Yes. I love hearing about this stuff. You little punk. Winning a competition means nothing to me. If the coach likes you. So what? I want to see you fall from grace. The room fills with an air of hostility, plans brewing against Chen Yuan. The top scumbag at Huda University, Chen Yuan, is in relationships with multiple girls. The accusation gains momentum, spreading far and wide. More students catch wind of the rumors, fueling speculation and judgment. Huda's top scumbag Chen Yuan, studying in the literature department, reportedly maintaining romantic relationships with multiple women, playing multiple fields, objectifying women, and frequently engaging in PUA and belittlement. All junior and senior female students, open your eyes and be careful of this dressed-up beast. The original post claims corrections. Several women who had dealings with Chen Yuan were not willing but reluctantly dealt with him, painting an even darker picture. Chen Yuan's past is dragged into the spotlight. Rumors claiming his actions negatively impacted his high school and classmate. The enrollment rate dropped by 10 percentage points because of his so-called behavior. This narrative deepens the controversy. The scene shifts, tension rising as the allegations grow more serious. More whispers ripple through the campus, some doubting, others fueled by the rumors. This is outrageous. Absolutely unacceptable. The principal slams the desk, furious at the growing scandal. I won't allow this kind of troublemaker in my school. I'll personally investigate. I will get to the bottom of this. If it's true, I'll expel the scourge from among the students. The principal's words carry a weight that sends ripples through the staff and students. An assistant fumbles nervously. Old man, next time, can you not drop your own phone? I just bought it. Elsewhere, conversations continue to swirl around Chen Yuan, his reputation under relentless attack. Chen Yuan from the Literature College is a very special person. I can't stand seeing girls suffer. Take this money. The discussion takes a turn as some start questioning the narrative. I believe Chen Yuan is a hero. Someone declares. A hero? Isn't that too exaggerated? Another voice interjects. It's based on my woman's intuition, the first insists confidently. Is Xiao Yuki's testimony reliable? As the vice president of the student union, she seems a bit strange. But she probably won't lie. Chen Yuan is likely a good person. Ask the classmate of that boy again. The story continues as investigations into Chen Yuan's character deepen, opinions divided. The campus investigation heats up as more people are questioned about their experiences with Chen Yuan. Whispers spread as some students try to avoid involvement, while others are eager to share their perspectives. Hello, student. We need your assistance in investigating some issues about your classmate, Chen Yuan. Please come with us for a moment. The school police approach a hesitant student. A tense silence fills the room as the investigation progresses, with conflicting emotions etched on the faces of those present. Tears flow as one student cries. Chen Yuan is a good person. But I'm not worthy of him. The emotion in their voice draws attention. Sorry, I got a bit emotional. But Chen Yuan really is a good person. And it hurts when I think about him. Can you give me another piece of tissue paper? Officer? The sobbing student asks, their voice trembling. The officers exchange a glance as the testimony takes an unexpected turn. So, you like Chen Yuan. Chen Yuan rejected you, but you still think he's a good person? Yes, I deserve it. I'm not worthy of love. Chen Yuan is a good person, he just doesn't love me. The student's words hang in the air, leaving everyone present questioning the veracity of the accusations against him. Meanwhile, doubts begin to rise among those who had been quick to judge. Could it be that I was wrong? Is Chen Yuan innocent? Are people on the forum trying to badmouth him? Is he really a good man? Elsewhere, another group discusses a banner seen on campus, its content raising even more questions. Hello, I am the president of Huda University. May I ask whom you are looking for? The principal asks as a group approaches his office. He showed great courage a few days ago and helped us a lot. Hello, principal. I'm Zhu Lele from the art department. I'm here today to present a banner to Chen Yuan from the literature college. The principal's face softens as he listens to their explanation, his earlier anger beginning to waver. Could it be that they wrongly accused him? I need to take another look at this post. Someone murmurs to themselves, clutching their phone tightly. If he's a scumbag, then give me a beating, another student says, their tone filled with conviction. The campus grows divided as more people come forward with opinions, both supportive and skeptical. Even if he's a scumbag, I love him. I like the way he runs. I hope he runs on me. A bold declaration sends ripples through the crowd. Chen Yuan's reputation takes on a new complexity as supporters and detractors alike express their views. It seems that the more outstanding guys are, the more likely they are to be misunderstood or envied. I believe Chen Yuan is innocent. His smile is so pure and healing. Just like the scenery of Litum. I feel healed just by looking at him. A student says with sincerity. I feel healed by just looking at him, another echoes, their admiration growing. As these sentiments spread, the campus atmosphere begins to shift, doubt giving way to hope. Chen Yuan, I understand you, someone whispers, their tone laced with empathy. Wait, Chen Yuan, I will definitely give you justice. I am the pride of Hua. Forever arrogant. I can't stand this injustice. The tension reaches a breaking point as new voices rise to defend Chen Yuan, determined to uncover the truth. Today, I'm here to clear his name. A confident voice proclaims, igniting a wave of curiosity among the crowd. Chen Yuan not only has a positive lifestyle and is willing to help others, but he has also secretly performed acts of bravery. What a noble character. What a noble soul, someone says, their voice filled with admiration. Let's learn from Chen Yuan and be a useful person to society. Another suggests, inspiring those around them. The crowd bursts into applause, signaling a shift in public perception as Chen Yuan stands at the center of attention. Chen Yuan accepts the recognition with humility, his mind racing as he processes the unexpected turn of events. Why is this unfolding? Why am I suddenly being given a certificate? He wonders silently. The certificate reads, Classmate Chen Yuan, for your bravery and willingness to help others. You are hereby commended and encouraged. Bring glory to our school. Damn it, I don't understand. He should have suffered a loss of reputation this time. One of his detractors exclaims in frustration. Principal, teachers, you are all blind. I hate it. Another shouts, their anger spilling over. I should be the one standing on stage, receiving flowers and applause. Not him. As the scene unfolds, envy and admiration continue to swirl around Chen Yuan, signaling the beginning of a new chapter. The stage is set for greater challenges, with Chen Yuan standing firm against the tides of opinion. With his name cleared for now, Chen Yuan takes a deep breath, ready to face whatever comes next. Favorability increases subtly, reflecting the growing support for Chen Yuan among the students. The story concludes for now with an air of resolution, but the road ahead is sure to bring more twists and turns. The screen flashes a small, unnoticed notification. Favorability +10. The sentiment towards Chen Yuan continues to shift. The moment feels like a turning point, but for Chen Yuan, it's yet another step in a long journey. In the background, whispers of admiration spread, some hesitant, others growing louder. Ying Ying, I hope you give me an explanation. The sharp voice cuts through the buzz, drawing attention. I saw it all. You just enthusiastically applauded Chen Yuan. What's the meaning behind that? Liang's voice is accusatory, filled with jealousy. Liang, are you not feeling well? Why are you so jealous? Yingying responds with a measured calm. I only have genuine admiration for my classmate Chen Yuan. As fellow university students, he has done so many good deeds yet remains indifferent to fame and wealth. Her words hang in the air, heavy with meaning. Shut up, he can't beat me, never. Liang's anger flares, his voice loud and grating. Ah, Liang, you hurt me. Let go. Yingying's cry is sharp, filled with both pain and surprise. Chen Yuan is just a useless dog that I stepped on. It doesn't matter if the coach likes him. With money and power, my dad can buy me a Tesla. What does Chen Yuan have? Liang's voice drips with arrogance. The words echo is a stark contrast to the growing support for Chen Yuan, showing the depth of resentment in some. Meanwhile, a luxurious car pulls up outside the campus. Ah, Lao Hong, yes, you can drive in. Keep a low profile at school. Chen Yuan says calmly as he steps into the car. Don't come to pick me up in an overly expensive car. Okay? You're really something. I told you not to drive such a fancy car. And you, well, next time, pay attention, okay? His tone is light but firm. Sorry, I rushed and forgot you don't like things too flashy. I'll be more mindful next time. The driver responds apologetically. This is impossible. This is impossible. I don't believe it. The disbelief in Liang's voice is apparent as he watches the scene unfold. The narrative shifts back to Chen Yuan as he quietly reflects, his focus undeterred. He reviews his plans, each step calculated as he prepares for whatever challenges lie ahead. The story pauses, leaving the characters poised on the brink of new revelations, with admiration and jealousy still swirling around Chen Yuan. Chen Yuan's phone buzzes with a notification. The screen lights up to reveal a bank transfer of 50 million yuan. The message accompanying the transfer reads, Mr. Smokey is straightforward. A small smile plays on Chen Yuan's lips as he processes the unexpected influx of funds. A chat group lights up with excitement. Mr. Smokey is really impressive. With a wave of his hand, he resolved my financial difficulties. Did Mr. Smokey buy your villa? He must have substantial funds at his disposal. Someone remarks. Even more impressive. After buying it, he gifted the villa directly to his girlfriend. For the first time, I feel like a frog at the bottom of a well, broadening my horizons. This is what a tycoon is. What generosity is. Meanwhile, at a local car dealership, the salesperson enthusiastically presents their collection. In this city, my place has the most complete collection of luxury cars. Everything you can think of. I've got it here. A customer, clearly unimpressed, says plainly, I want a Bugatti Chiron. The salesperson hesitates, their confidence wavering. Ha, ha ha. You must be joking. That's a top luxury car. Limited to only 20 units in the world. So, you don't have it here, right? The customer's calm reply cuts through the salesperson's nervous laughter. What about a Lamborghini Veneno? A Pagani Huayra Roadster? Do you have those here? The salesperson, now visibly sweating, admits, the vehicles we usually deal with here range from 2 million to 89 million yuan. The ones you're looking for are, well, beyond that range. It seems there's nothing suitable here. The customer says, turning to leave. Little Zhang, your business doesn't seem to be that extensive. Huh? The salesperson, desperate to make a sale, tries to salvage the situation. Wait, while I don't have those, I do have one exceptionally expensive car here. With a flourish, they unveil a Ferrari LaFerrari. The room is filled with awe as the sleek, powerful car is revealed. This masterpiece delivers a maximum power output of 950 horsepower. The salesperson explains with pride. The price, 22.5 million yuan. Chen Yuan examines the car thoughtfully, his expression unreadable. While the Ferrari may not be excessively expensive, it's still not considered cheap. It would indeed be fitting as a gift for President Chow. Someone suggests from the background. If it's over 20 million, so be it. It's evident you've put in effort. Little Zhang, let's go ahead and swipe the card. You can deliver the car to Hancheng Riverside Villa Community. Number 1. Chen Yuan says calmly. The salesperson, barely able to hide their astonishment, nods quickly. Certainly, sir. We'll arrange delivery immediately. The scene shifts as the car dealership becomes a buzz of activity, preparing for the high-profile delivery. Meanwhile, Chen Yuan walks out, his composure unshaken, leaving murmurs of amazement in his wake. The crowd outside watches him, their expressions a mix of envy and respect. The camera lingers on the car being prepped for delivery, its gleaming exterior a testament to Chen Yuan's enigmatic lifestyle. The story pauses here, leaving the audience anticipating the next chapter of Chen Yuan's unfolding saga. The story opens with a moment of silence, tension thick in the air as emotions brew beneath the surface. I know, but I am. The voice trails off, heavy with uncertainty and regret. It's just hard to accept, right? Do you think she was just impulsive? Do you believe she's not a bad person? The question hangs in the air, leaving the listener conflicted. Looks like I need to teach you a lesson. The sharp declaration cuts through the tension, signaling a shift in the conversation. You Yuanzi, what are you talking about? Who are you planning to call? Liu Wenze looks skeptical but hopeful. If you can trust me, let me handle everything from now on. I will make Liao Jia kneel before you and repent. Hey, is that Haoshan? I want to borrow a few cars. Nothing too expensive, just a few million each. Also, could you contact some trustworthy friends to have them drive the cars over tomorrow? No problem, Yang. I guarantee I'll handle it properly for you. The assurance echoes, cementing their resolve to execute the plan flawlessly. A double cross? Why is there a double cross involved in this? Suspicion starts to brew, raising the stakes. Good evening, Lele. Are you free tonight? I'd like to meet up with you. Yuan seems to have changed a bit, hasn't he? Sure, I'm at location, waiting for you. The scene transitions, setting up a fateful meeting between old friends. Brother Yuan, I've missed you so much. Lele exclaims with unrestrained enthusiasm. A single call and you brought an 8 out of 10 girl. Is this still the loyal licking dog Chen Yuan I know? And it seems like Yuan is the one being pampered now. Lele, this is my good brother Yuan. Of course not, I want to ask you to help me with the play tomorrow. The atmosphere grows more intriguing as they exchange knowing glances. The preparation begins, unseen forces moving into place for what's to come. Wednesday, you scared me. The new car you bought for me almost got hit by this guy. If it got hit, no big deal. I'll buy you a new one. Bye. Liu Wenze, how did he turn out like this? Is he a hidden rich second generation? Liu Wenze, are you acting here for me? Haha. Who's barking like a dog? Baby, let's get in the car. We still have a bit to go. I've known you for so long. Do you think I don't know about your family background? I admit I was wrong. But your performance today disgusts me. Are you completely blameless in this? Brother Yan, this woman has figured it out. No problem. Let your little brothers take the stage. The real show is about to begin. The stage is set as the pieces start falling into place for an epic confrontation. Oh, Wednesday, you're here too. Hey, who did I think it was? Looks like it's my old buddy. Do you still recognize me? Little girl, did he say that his name is Makai? His family owns a coal mine. And he is studying in America? Ha ha ha. This guy is just a habitual liar. Pretending to be wealthy to deceive women into bed. Don't tell me you actually believe he's some rich second generation? Ha ha. Margot's tactics are so clumsy. He should have starved by now. Surprisingly, there are still naive girls falling for it. She doesn't even take a good look at herself. Does she deserve to be with wealthy people? Hee hee. The scene lingers on the group's mocking laughter, intensifying the humiliation. As the tension builds, Chen Yuan's expression remains unreadable, his next move shrouded in mystery. Where are you going? Planning to slip away? Letting you go is not impossible, but first, give yourself 100 slaps. The air grows heavy with anticipation as the ultimatum hangs in the balance. Today I am lucky enough to meet the powerful Mr. Yan. I should be thanking everyone for their strong support. Yang is just joking. Haoshen's friends are our friends too. No need to be formal. I've heard early on that Yanzong is a master on the Shark Life platform. I have a favor I'd like to ask Yanzong for help with. Oh, I wonder what the favor is. The scene shifts again, leaving the audience eager to see what happens next. Little brother, I have a favorite streamer I want to support. But I've run out of money this month. I was wondering if Yang could help a bit. Hee hee. Here we go again. Want to test my abilities? These wealthy folks always like to underestimate others. Chen Yuan smirks confidently. Little brother, supporting your girl is your own responsibility. It's unreasonable to expect Yanzong to foot the bill. A moment of silence lingers as everyone watches to see how Yanzong will respond. Alright, isn't it just about sending gifts? Chen Yuan's tone is casual. Yet there's a glint of mischief in his eyes. I'm going to the bathroom. Feel free to use my account as you like. Chen Yuan places his phone on the table nonchalantly. Absolutely don't help me save money. Just spend it freely. His words leave everyone stunned. He's letting me freely use his phone to browse? Is he really that trusting of me? Someone murmurs, unable to believe it. Well, then I'll really just spend freely. They grin, their eyes gleaming with excitement. A whirlwind of activity begins as the money flows effortlessly, dazzling everyone present. Hey, If you ask me to pay the bill, I might actually feel a bit reluctant. Chen Yuan's voice carries a light-hearted tone. I'm not tired of paying for gifts since the system pays for it anyway. The energy in the room is electric as everyone watches the numbers climb. 1002. Hurry up. It's going to be 1003. Keep going. Keep going. 1004. 1006. Wow. The excitement is palpable as the numbers soar higher. What are you up to? Why the excitement and commotion? Chen Yuan returns, his calm demeanor cutting through the chaos. Mr. Yan, you are finally back. Please save the child. Someone pleads dramatically, pointing at the growing balance. I've been away for so long. And you've only gained less than 20 million. You're too weak. Chen Yuan chuckles, shaking his head. What kind of identity does this Yan have? His family is wealthier than TRD. Even richer than banks. Someone whispers, their voice filled with awe. 20 million doesn't sound good. Let's round it up to a neat 60 million for you. Chen Yuan declares with a smirk, leaving everyone in shock. Wait, Brother Yan. Please stop. That's enough. She really doesn't deserve so much money. You've got divine skills, haven't you? Have you realized now that you're not up to par? Huh? Quickly raise a glass to Boss Yan. Becoming a tycoon is that simple. Today, I'll let you indulge a bit. Honorable Brother Yan, I genuinely surrender. From now on, I'll follow your lead. The room erupts into cheers and laughter as Chen Yuan's commanding presence wins everyone over once again. Who is this person? He seems quite influential. The one with white hair you toasted earlier is Bai Qilin from White Real Estate. Right? Someone asks, their curiosity piqued. It sounds like a gathering of the elite second generation in the top circles of Seoul. If you could casually join any of them, your life after that would be worry-free. The one called Brother Yan. Is he that mysterious person who went viral for brushing a billion? His life is my dream. The energy begins to settle as Chen Yuan prepares to take his leave. His charisma leaving a lasting impression on everyone present. Cheers, guys. I've got something to attend to. So I'll take off now. Let's plan for another meetup next time. Boss Yan left in a hurry. Could it be because he's avoiding the bill? Someone jokes, their tone light-hearted. Exactly, don't compare your annual income to his pocket money. Boss Yan is not short on money. Brother Yan, I'm in Seoul now. Can't wait to meet you. Okay, let's meet tomorrow. After leaving her hanging for so long, it's time to reap a harvest of goodwill. Chen Yuan thinks, his confidence unwavering. The scene transitions to Chen Yuan, his enigmatic smile hinting at the surprises yet to come. HMPH. Isn't it just a meeting? As long as I exude a little charm. Someone mutters to themselves, plotting their next move. A quiet moment lingers as the story teases the audience with what's next in store for Chen Yuan. Chen Yuan, can we start over? The heartfelt plea catches him off guard, marking the start of a deeply emotional confession. Brother Yan, what are you looking at? Someone asks, breaking the moment. Oh, it's nothing. Someone is thinking about stuff that doesn't matter. Chen Yuan's voice is dismissive, yet composed. So, what did you just say? His attention returns, his calm gaze locking onto the speaker. The story closes with an air of anticipation, leaving the audience eager for the next chapter in Chen Yuan's journey. Do the top 10 people on your list get more brushes than he does in one day? Someone teases, their tone laced with sarcasm. Even if you strip yourself naked and send him to his bed this time, you still have to capture him. Someone mocks, hateful, even in the face of a beauty at my level. He stays indifferent. I refuse to believe I can't win him over. I just said, Boss Yan is so young and rich. Where can he get a higher position? Their words linger, filled with intrigue and admiration. Damn, what the hell? Favorability too high. Unable to bind? Did my money go down the drain? Someone exclaims in frustration. Well, it seems like I need to lower the favorability first. Give this lady a call and sort things out. The tension rises as the plot thickens. Where is the high point? You've got it wrong. I just came as an unemployed wanderer. Someone admits, their words heavy with regret. Don't you have a job? It seems Yuan is probably running his own business or has a company. Otherwise, where does the confidence to spend lavishly come from? Company? No, the money I used to buy gifts is all from my dad. Now my dad's company has gone bankrupt because of my spending, owing the bank tens of millions. Someone confesses, their voice trembling with guilt. The reason I'm meeting you this time is to ask if you can refund the portion of the money spent on gifts before. I must be out of my mind, wasting time with a loser like you. Someone snaps, their patience clearly worn thin. Brother Lan, I'm outside the airport at the coffee shop. Hurry up and come pick me up. There's a loser bothering me. And I'm scared. Wah. I've met practical women in reality. But seeing someone so realistic and shamelessly distorting facts is truly a first. Chen Yuan mutters, shaking his head in disbelief. The scene shifts as Chen Yuan steps outside, ready to handle the situation with his usual calm demeanor. Harassing my woman in broad daylight? Don't you know who runs this territory in Seoul? Chen Yuan's commanding voice sends a chill through the crowd. Brother Lan, I'm so scared. That pervert even grabbed my hand. The woman's voice trembles, her fear evident. The tension peaks as Brother Lan appears, his presence commanding respect and fear alike. The confrontation brews, unspoken words hanging heavy in the air as all eyes turn to Chen Yuan. Brother Yan, why are you here too? The stunned question breaks the silence, leaving everyone anticipating Chen Yuan's next move. Chen Yuan steels himself, his determination unwavering. The words echo in his mind. He must reclaim the moment, no matter the cost. With a heartfelt plea, Chen Yuan addresses Brother Yan. He admits his misunderstanding and asks for forgiveness, hoping to mend the fracture between them. The atmosphere grows tense, as their relationship teeters on the brink. Chen Yuan's feelings are clouded by a mix of guilt and hope. A system notification flashes, indicating progress towards strengthening their bond. A moment of silence follows. The setting shifts, highlighting the quiet before the next exchange. Brother Yan's expression softens as he reassures Chen Yuan. Despite the earlier tension, he dismisses the conflict with lightheartedness, showing his understanding. Chen Yuan's relief is palpable. His gratitude flows freely as he expresses his deep admiration for Brother Yan, elevating the bond between them. Brother Yan's gaze sharpens, a playful edge in his tone. He acknowledges Chen Yuan's ability to charm but warns that he will not let things slide too easily. Brother Yan suddenly bursts into mock indignation. He remarks on how Chen Yuan's rise to popularity seems ungrateful, questioning the choice of soy milk as a gesture of gratitude. Chen Yuan responds eagerly, suggesting they make this day a memorable one. He insists on hosting and promises to show Brother Yan the respect he deserves, cementing their brotherly bond. With mutual understanding, Brother Yan agrees. His confidence in their friendship radiates as he reassures Chen Yuan of their unbreakable connection. As they move forward, a voice calls out, urging them to wait. Another individual hurries to join them, adding to the lively atmosphere of their reunion. The bustling surroundings set the tone for the moment, emphasizing the energy of the unfolding events. The narrative pauses briefly to showcase the dynamics among the group, giving the audience a sense of camaraderie. A brief transition focuses on the anticipation building within the group, as they prepare for the next phase of their journey. Chen Yuan hesitates, addressing Brother Yan cautiously. He expresses concern that the earlier misunderstanding may still linger, seeking reassurance. Brother Yan brushes aside Chen Yuan's concerns with ease. He hints at an intriguing development related to Sharp Live, leaving Chen Yuan curious about what might happen next. The scene shifts to a lively live stream, where voices call out to viewer, encouraging them to follow winner. The energy of the broadcast electrifies the air. The momentum builds as the voices grow louder, urging followers to support winner. The sense of community among the audience becomes evident. Another call to action reinforces the message, ensuring that everyone who appreciates winner knows where their loyalty lies. The background buzz quiets momentarily, allowing the narrative to highlight the dedication and effort driving the live stream's success. The scene focuses on the growing tension and anticipation, capturing the essence of the characters' evolving motivations. A system notification displays Chen Yuan's personal wealth and enhancement points, a reminder of the resources now at his disposal. The system flashes once again, underscoring Chen Yuan's potential for growth and the possibilities ahead. The atmosphere shifts slightly, reflecting Chen Yuan's determination to make full use of his newfound opportunities. An astonishing realization takes center stage as Chen Yuan marvels at the overwhelming response. The number of gifts and support leaves him momentarily speechless. The energy in the room heightens. The audience reacts with amazement, further amplifying the impact of the scene. A dramatic turn unfolds as a young woman collapses in shock, unable to comprehend the sheer volume of money. Calls for an ambulance punctuate the air. The reaction intensifies as others reflect on the generosity displayed. The speed and quantity of donations spark disbelief among the witnesses. Chen Yuan's internal monologue emerges. He reflects on missed opportunities, wondering if the fortune now before him could have been his sooner. Conflicted thoughts swirl within Chen Yuan's mind as he contemplates the true value of his actions, and the affection seemingly tied to wealth. Doubts linger, but Chen Yuan steels himself to test the limits of his resources and the relationships he is fostering. The focus shifts to Chen Yuan's thoughtful consideration of his next move. The weight of his decisions is evident in his demeanor. The narrative underscores the delicate balance Chen Yuan must maintain as he navigates the complexities of his new reality. Chen Yuan resolves to move forward, determined to make the most of his situation despite the challenges ahead. Chen Yuan encounters a new opportunity. The moment feels like a test, one that he is determined to face head-on with confidence. A sudden confrontation arises as someone questions Chen Yuan's actions, suggesting he is flaunting wealth to impress others. The air grows tense with challenge. Chen Yuan remains composed, his resolve unshaken. He silently lets his actions speak, confident that his abilities will provide the answers. A bold gesture follows, as Chen Yuan decides to treat everyone in the convenience store to snacks. The sheer scale of his generosity leaves bystanders astonished. Amid the murmurs of disbelief, Chen Yuan's quiet confidence stands out. He signals for assistance to cover the cost, underscoring his calm demeanor. The sound of a transaction completion reverberates. 50,000 yuan is transferred in a heartbeat, shocking everyone with the seamless display of wealth. The onlookers are stunned. Whispers fill the air as they struggle to reconcile Chen Yuan's seemingly humble appearance with his staggering generosity. The whispers grow louder. Some speculate that Chen Yuan might be hiding a much wealthier background than anyone could have imagined. The store clerk joins the chorus of disbelief, questioning aloud whether 50,000 is enough for someone as unexpectedly affluent as Chen Yuan. The mood shifts as Chen Yuan considers his next steps. A subtle smirk hints at the calculated plan forming in his mind. The surrounding crowd continues to buzz with curiosity, further amplifying Chen Yuan's enigmatic presence. A brief pause allows the narrative to shift focus, spotlighting Chen Yuan's growing confidence as he navigates his new reality. Chen Yuan moves forward with determination, contemplating how best to use his resources to achieve his goals. Another opportunity arises as Chen Yuan faces a decision. The scene highlights the complexity of balancing his strategy with genuine intentions. The atmosphere becomes more intimate, hinting at a shift in the relationships around Chen Yuan. His actions begin to carry greater weight. Chen Yuan reflects on the implications of his generosity, recognizing the importance of maintaining authenticity in his interactions. The narrative zooms in on a new dynamic, where trust and sincerity are tested. Chen Yuan braces himself for the challenges ahead. The setting transitions to a moment of calm, providing a reprieve as the story builds toward its next climactic point. A subtle shift in tone suggests that Chen Yuan is ready to take on the next phase of his journey. His confidence grows with each step. An unexpected turn introduces new possibilities. Chen Yuan's focus sharpens, determined to adapt and excel in any situation. The surrounding characters begin to take notice, their perceptions of Chen Yuan shifting as his actions speak louder than words. Admiration and skepticism mix among the onlookers, highlighting the complexity of the relationships Chen Yuan is navigating. Chen Yuan prepares for the next challenge, fully aware that his journey will require both courage and strategy. As Chen Yuan's presence continues to grow, the tension in the air thickens. The stakes feel higher with each passing moment. The story pauses momentarily to emphasize the weight of Chen Yuan's decisions, underscoring their potential impact. A dramatic twist begins to unfold, setting the stage for a pivotal confrontation. The narrative hones in on the reactions of those around Chen Yuan, capturing their astonishment and curiosity. The focus shifts to a lingering question: how will Chen Yuan handle the mounting challenges ahead? The anticipation builds as Chen Yuan's journey takes yet another unpredictable turn, leaving the audience eager for what comes next. A brief moment of introspection highlights Chen Yuan's resolve to stay true to himself, despite the complexities he faces. The story crescendos as a significant event looms on the horizon, promising to test Chen Yuan's character and resourcefulness. Chen Yuan steps forward, his determination evident as he embraces the unknown with unwavering confidence. The narrative quiets slightly, setting the stage for the final stretch of Chen Yuan's current chapter. As the scene transitions, Chen Yuan's confidence shines, hinting at a breakthrough just around the corner. The atmosphere grows heavy with anticipation, underscoring the high stakes of Chen Yuan's journey. The moment of truth approaches. Chen Yuan's focus remains unshaken as he prepares to face whatever comes next. The tension peaks, leaving the audience eager for the resolution of Chen Yuan's evolving story. The scene transitions smoothly, hinting at both resolution and new beginnings on the horizon. Chen Yuan's journey culminates in a powerful moment, underscoring the growth and resilience he has shown. The narrative draws to a thoughtful close, leaving room for the next chapter to unfold with even greater stakes. Chen Yuan's realization sets in as he takes in the atmosphere around him. His determination to prove himself grows stronger with each passing moment. The energy around Chen Yuan continues to build. He reflects on the series of events that have brought him to this point, acknowledging the challenges and triumphs along the way. The environment shifts as Chen Yuan begins to navigate the intricacies of his relationships and expectations placed upon him. An encounter leads Chen Yuan to a new opportunity. The moment feels critical, yet his composed demeanor hides any signs of hesitation. The crowd watches closely as Chen Yuan steps into the spotlight, his actions speaking volumes about his confidence and intent. The intensity of the moment rises as Chen Yuan contemplates the weight of his decisions. The impact of his choices begins to ripple outward. A significant revelation begins to take shape. The expressions of those around Chen Yuan hint at a mix of surprise and admiration. The dynamics of the scene shift, with Chen Yuan taking control of the situation. His growing confidence becomes evident in the way he carries himself. Chen Yuan reflects inwardly, acknowledging both the progress he has made and the obstacles that remain in his path. The narrative captures a quiet moment of introspection, providing a contrast to the tension that has defined much of Chen Yuan's journey. The focus shifts to the reactions of those around him, emphasizing the influence Chen Yuan has begun to wield through his actions. Chen Yuan's presence becomes magnetic, drawing attention as he moves purposefully through his surroundings. The tension peaks as the narrative hones in on a key moment. Chen Yuan's determination to succeed fuels the energy of the scene. A pivotal decision looms. The weight of the moment is palpable as Chen Yuan prepares to make his next move. The reactions of those around Chen Yuan further underscore the gravity of the situation. Their expressions range from curiosity to awe. Chen Yuan faces the moment head-on, his unwavering resolve pushing him forward despite the challenges in his path. The narrative builds to its climax as Chen Yuan's actions reach their zenith, marking a turning point in his journey. The chapter concludes with a sense of resolution, yet the lingering questions and potential for growth leave the audience eagerly anticipating what lies ahead. The scene begins with a sense of tension. Everyone is curious about the undercurrents involving Chen Yuan, setting the stage for unfolding drama. Miao Fei expresses skepticism, declaring it impossible for Chen Yuan to cheat. Another person remarks that a girl was seen confessing to Chen Yuan earlier, suggesting something significant might be developing. Defending Chen Yuan, someone argues that he cannot control the feelings of others and insists the incident may not mean anything meaningful. The discussion heats up as accusations fly. Someone points out Chen Yuan's lavish spending on women, questioning his motives. It is revealed that Chen Yuan has spent over 80 million yuan, including on gifts for female anchors. Despite this, trust in him remains unshaken. The value of trust is emphasized. A firm belief in Chen Yuan's integrity is expressed, contrasting Miao Fei's lack of experience in relationships. A moment of reflection surfaces. How could such a sensible person act so foolishly? The question lingers, hinting at deeper complexities. The focus shifts to Chen Yuan, as someone wonders what kind of charm or spell he has cast to influence those around him. A pause in the narrative emphasizes the surrounding uncertainty. The spotlight remains on the mystery surrounding Chen Yuan. Amidst a classroom setting, a group tries to maintain focus despite distractions. The casual banter reflects the character's camaraderie. Zhong Tao's loud voice disrupts the atmosphere, prompting complaints that he might scare Chen Yuan. The moment adds a touch of humor. The group teases Chen Yuan, joking about his tired appearance and offering to buy him a coffee. Their lightheartedness balances the ongoing drama. Someone comments that without Chen Yuan's presence, the others would not have gathered either. They recognize his magnetic influence. A classmate begins a dramatic confession about past regrets, expressing guilt over abandoning their childhood sweetheart for wealth, only to face punishment. Another character hints at Lin Shatong's recent health struggles, creating an air of mystery about her current state. A reflective pause showcases Chen Yuan's own mixed emotions as he considers the connections he has formed and the lingering guilt felt by others. Although deeply hurt, there seems to be a sincere desire for repentance in someone's heart, signaling a potential reconciliation. The guilt becomes more pronounced. A silent acknowledgement highlights the emotional weight carried by the characters. The narrative briefly shifts focus, maintaining the tension and anticipation for what comes next. Someone confronts Chen Yuan about rumors circulating at school, questioning if he is the online sensation known as Shenxiai Hao Yanzong. The curiosity intensifies as attention shifts to Chen Yuan's online presence, adding a new dimension to his enigmatic persona. The mood lightens with playful banter as others debate whether the rumors could be true. Skeptics express disbelief, with one person humorously promising to use their own head as a ball if the rumors prove true. A heated exchange follows, with others scoffing at the comparison between Chen Yuan and Yanzong, ridiculing Chen Yuan's perceived worth. A moment of tension rises as the group collectively wonders about the truth behind Chen Yuan's identity and actions. Li Yuntao, the owner of a shop, introduces himself and boldly offers to exchange WeChat contacts with Chen Yuan. A brief pause lingers as the significance of this interaction sets in, leaving others curious. The narrative reflects on the need for humility, especially when navigating relationships among classmates. The focus shifts as someone attempts to keep a low profile, avoiding unnecessary attention. The group exchanges knowing glances, each reacting differently to the ongoing revelations about Chen Yuan and his interactions. Li Yuntao is introduced as a high-profile individual, a successful entrepreneur and former classmate of Chen Yuan, with significant assets to his name. The contrast between Li Yuntao's wealth and Chen Yuan's background becomes a point of intrigue for the group. Another pause highlights the gap between perceptions and reality, adding complexity to the social dynamics. Chen Yuan clarifies his own circumstances, mentioning recent financial compensation, which seems to clear up some misunderstandings. This revelation sparks a mix of reactions, leaving others questioning their assumptions about Chen Yuan. The narrative shifts focus to Lin Shatong, whose internal conflict is brought to light. Her feelings for Chen Yuan add a layer of emotional tension. A significant shift occurs as someone declares their dissatisfaction with the situation, marking a pivotal point in the group dynamics. The mood shifts again as someone boldly proposes an idea, signaling a change in tone and direction. A reflection on the complexities of relationships and social perceptions takes center stage, deepening the narrative. Chen Yuan's presence continues to influence those around him, creating ripples in the group's interactions. A defiant statement underscores the growing tension. Past dynamics are challenged as new power plays unfold. The narrative pauses to highlight the shifting balance of power, leaving questions about the future. A bold move by a classmate changes the atmosphere, offering a glimpse of generosity but also an undercurrent of competition. Laughter erupts, cutting through the tension and bringing a lighter moment to the table. The scene shifts, leaving room for reflection and anticipation for what is yet to come. A moment of clarity strikes as someone reflects on the opportunities they missed and the lessons they learned, highlighting the contrast between past and present. A sharp comment underscores the harsh truth. Some people never truly change, no matter how much time passes or opportunities arise. A high school reunion is proposed at Kyushu restaurant, with Chen Yuan's attendance being openly challenged as a test of his confidence. The idea of a class reunion stirs mixed emotions, with the anticipation of revisiting old dynamics adding to the tension. Chen Yuan confidently accepts the invitation, acknowledging Li Dash's effort to host the event, solidifying his intent to attend. The reunion begins in a lively atmosphere. Friends and classmates reconnect after years, raising glasses in celebration. Laughter and camaraderie fill the room as everyone indulges in food and drinks. Li Yuntao takes the lead in ensuring everyone feels welcomed. Li Yuntao generously declares that all expenses for the gathering will be covered by him, earning praise and admiration from the group. The intent behind Li Yuntao's generosity becomes clear as he subtly seeks support for his romantic aspirations involving Xiao Ruoyu. Classmates eagerly support Li Yuntao's intentions, praising him as a perfect match for Xiao Ruoyu. Despite the jovial atmosphere, someone quietly observes that Li Yuntao is using every opportunity to show off, revealing a competitive undertone. A moment of pause reflects the subtle rivalry brewing beneath the surface of the reunion. Xiao Ruoyu arrives fashionably late, apologizing to the group for the delay. Her entrance shifts the attention of everyone present. She explains that her driver had taken the day off, forcing her to take a taxi. Her modesty contrasts sharply with the display of wealth around her. Xiao Ruoyu's arrival stirs admiration, her graceful demeanor drawing all eyes in her direction. For Chen Yuan, Seeing Xiao Ruoyu evokes powerful memories. She had been a beacon of light during his high school years. The tension rises as everyone wonders how Chen Yuan will interact with Xiao Ruoyu in this pivotal moment. A classmate boldly asks Xiao Ruoyu for her WeChat contact, showcasing the ongoing competition for her attention. Someone observes the scene with a mix of jealousy and determination, plotting how they might regain the upper hand. Xiao Ruoyu hesitates but agrees to the request, her politeness masking any discomfort she may feel. A notification of a successful reward flashes, symbolizing a turning point for Chen Yuan, with new opportunities opening before him. Classmates start to notice how much Chen Yuan has changed, speculating on the reasons behind his newfound confidence and stature. Doubt creeps into the group as someone accuses Chen Yuan of merely acting as a lackey for the wealthy second generation. Liao Jia launches into a tirade, accusing Chen Yuan of associating with morally dubious individuals and helping them exploit others. Chen Yuan's supporters jump to his defense, but the accusations cast a shadow over the reunion. Liao Jia doubles down, recounting their own painful experiences and projecting their bitterness onto Chen Yuan. The room grows tense as others begin to doubt Chen Yuan's motives. The atmosphere becomes charged with suspicion and unease. The doubts escalate, with some expressing discomfort at continuing to dine with someone they now view suspiciously. Liao Jia smugly offers Chen Yuan a job, mocking him for relying on the wealthy second generation, further fueling the confrontation. Chen Yuan calmly observes the coordinated effort to defame him. He begins formulating his response, determined to rise above the petty attacks. With quiet confidence, Chen Yuan decides to turn the tables. He sees this as an opportunity to expose the hypocrisy of his detractors. The mood begins to shift as Chen Yuan subtly takes control of the situation, leaving his opponents unsure of their next move. The reunion takes an unexpected turn, with some guests marveling at the high quality of the food and expressing gratitude to Li Yuntao for hosting. As praises for Li Yuntao continue, some cannot help but compare him to Chen Yuan, further deepening the divide in opinions. The competitive atmosphere becomes more apparent as subtle jabs are exchanged between the group's prominent figures. The tension reaches a new peak as two of Chen Yuan's detractors quietly withdraw, seemingly unable to face him directly. Li Yuntao offers to drive Xiao Ruoyu home, making his intentions toward her increasingly obvious to everyone. The staff interrupts, asking Li Yuntao to move his car as a VIP guest is about to arrive, sparking curiosity among the group. The staff explains that the parking spaces are reserved for VIPs after 7 p.m. Li Yuntao reluctantly agrees, though his pride seems wounded. Li Yuntao scoffs at the notion of another VIP being more important than him, dismissing the idea as insignificant. A luxurious Ferrari pulls up, stunning everyone present. The extravagance of the vehicle leaves them speechless. All eyes are on the new arrival. The identity of the Ferrari's owner becomes the center of speculation and whispers. The group realizes that the guest is Zhang Haoshan, a prominent figure in the second-generation circle, known for his wealth and influence. The luxurious display stuns the crowd, leaving even Li Yuntao to reflect on his relative standing in this high-profile gathering. The revelation that Zhang Haoshan is closely acquainted with Chen Yuan shifts perceptions once again, raising questions about Chen Yuan's true status. The crowd begins to murmur, struggling to reconcile Chen Yuan's humble demeanor with his apparent connections to immense wealth. Someone openly questions how Zhang Haoshan could be so respectful toward Chen Yuan, wondering aloud if there is far more to him than meets the eye. The narrative hints at a dramatic revelation as doubts give way to awe. The mystery surrounding Chen Yuan only deepens. The realization dawns on the group. Someone questions whether Chen Yuan could truly be as wealthy as Zhang Haoshan's respect suggests. The comparison to Li Yuntao's status adds fuel to the speculation. Liao Jia stumbles, trying to reconcile their earlier accusations with this new revelation. The crowd begins to turn against those who doubted Chen Yuan. Amidst the growing tension, someone accuses Liao Jia of slandering Chen Yuan without any evidence. Their words now seem hollow and baseless. Chen Yuan remains silent, his composed demeanor doing more to affirm his strength than any words could. The absence of a defense only highlights his confidence. A notification flashes, indicating Xiao Ruoyu's favorability toward Chen Yuan has increased. The connection between them seems to strengthen quietly. Another notification appears, showing her favorability has risen further, hinting at a budding respect or admiration forming. The narrative pauses to reflect on the subtle yet impactful shift in the group's dynamics. The respect Chen Yuan commands grows visibly. Chen Yuan calmly steps forward, addressing Xiao Ruoyu directly. He politely offers to escort her home, adding a layer of class to his actions. The moment feels charged with significance as the group watches, stunned by Chen Yuan's grace and charm. A ripple of reactions follows. The gathered classmates seem unsure of how to process the unexpected turn of events. A smug remark from someone observing the situation suggests that the gap between people is sometimes greater than the gap between humans and animals. The mood shifts again as quiet realizations about Chen Yuan's growth and influence settle in, leaving his detractors subdued. The background fades slightly as the focus shifts to Chen Yuan, whose enigmatic presence continues to dominate the room. Xiao Ruoyu reflects briefly on her thoughts. Feeling cautious yet intrigued, she hesitates at the idea of abruptly stepping into Chen Yuan's car. The narrative pauses as Xiao Ruoyu's internal conflict is explored. Her emotions become more complex, adding depth to her character. Chen Yuan's keen eye catches a detail. He notices a small pendant on Xiao Ruoyu's bag and comments on it, showing his attentiveness. Xiao Ruoyu is surprised that Chen Yuan recognizes the pendant, which is rare and meaningful to her. His observation strikes a chord. Their shared interest in the pendant sparks a light-hearted exchange, bringing a genuine moment of connection between the two. The conversation hints at a deeper understanding forming between Chen Yuan and Xiao Ruoyu, one built on shared interests and respect. A subtle but impactful shift takes place as Xiao Ruoyu begins to see Chen Yuan in a new light. The narrative lingers on the quiet connection forming, as the chemistry between them becomes increasingly apparent. Xiao Ruoyu's expression softens, her reserved demeanor giving way to an undeniable warmth. Chen Yuan's calm yet confident presence creates a protective feeling in Xiao Ruoyu, making her feel safe and appreciated. For Chen Yuan, a spark of emotion begins to take root. It feels like the first stirrings of genuine affection, a feeling unfamiliar to him. The story takes a reflective turn, highlighting the profound impact of their growing bond on both characters. Chen Yuan finds himself feeling grateful for this unexpected encounter with Xiao Ruoyu. Her sincerity stands out amidst the chaos of his life. As the evening winds down, Xiao Ruoyu thanks Chen Yuan for escorting her back. She addresses him with warmth, calling him by his name directly. The simplicity of her words carries a deep meaning for Chen Yuan, leaving him contemplative and appreciative. The narrative pauses to reflect on the transformative impact of this evening. Both characters seem to have grown in subtle but significant ways. Xiao Ruoyu considers how Chen Yuan doesn't dismiss her as childish or insignificant, a quality that sets him apart from others she knows. As she returns home, a familiar voice greets her. Her mother chastises her for wandering around late at night despite earlier warnings. Her mother's tone shifts to urgency, reminding Xiao Ruoyu about the blind date proposal and its potential importance to their family. The mother explains their family's dire financial situation, emphasizing that the investment from the Ha family is critical to saving her father's company. Xiao Ruoyu protests, pleading for her happiness and autonomy. She questions why her marriage should be sacrificed for business survival. Her mother's response is harsh, reminding her of the sacrifices made to raise her. She insists that duty to family outweighs personal desires. The emotional weight of her mother's words hits hard. Seo Ruoyu begins to understand the impossible choice before her. Her mother warns of the consequences if the company fails, painting a bleak picture of their family's future. Reluctantly, Seo Ruoyu begins to process her reality. Her mother's insistence on marrying into the Ha family leaves her with little room to argue. In a moment of quiet defeat, Seo Ruoyu softly agrees, though her heart remains heavy. Her whispered acknowledgement is filled with resignation. The chapter ends with a lingering sense of tension. Seo Ruoyu's internal struggle leaves the question hanging. Will she sacrifice her happiness for her family's survival? The scene begins with an intriguing silence, as the atmosphere hints at the start of a thrilling turn of events. A calm yet tense moment unfolds, setting the stage for what's to come. There's big gossip. The excited chatter spreads, as everyone eagerly tunes in for the latest scoop. 7 major rumors. The names Zhang Haoshan and the mysterious, Bigosup 2 feet dominate the buzz, leaving everyone wondering. The cryptic words hint at deeper mysteries, an air of confusion and curiosity lingers. A bustling cityscape captures the vibrant energy of the scene. The characters navigate through their stories amid the chaos. A pause in the action highlights a moment of suspense, as if the calm before the storm. Wait a second, am I part of the gossip too? A humorous self-reflection breaks the tension, adding a playful twist. A fleeting scene passes by, leaving a trace of mystery that the audience can't ignore. The tension peaks as visual cues hint at underlying drama brewing in the shadows. A quiet interlude focuses on subtle character reactions, each expression speaking volumes. Is that Chen Yuan? A sharp observation grabs attention. Chen Yuan's casual outfit and carefree demeanor starkly contrast the rumors swirling around him. The bustling world around Chen Yuan comes to a standstill, highlighting his central role in this story. A bold introduction disrupts the moment. Hello, Chen Yuan. I'm Shen Shui. Are you interested in becoming an internet celebrity? The proposition hangs in the air. Chen Yuan's hesitation is palpable, his thoughts racing as he processes this sudden offer. Sorry, I'm not interested. A decisive rejection. Chen Yuan's firm tone surprises Shen Shui. Shen Shui ponders. Has he already signed with another company? Or is it something deeper? She resolves to try another tactic. Please wait, Chen Yuan. Shen Shui calls out, her voice filled with determination. She highlights her company's legitimacy and attractive salary offers. Her tone becomes persuasive. We have the backing of Mr. Yan, the invincible tycoon who dominates the Shark platform. Quote. But if you don't sign with us, be careful of getting blacklisted. Her words carry both promise and threat, upping the stakes. Chen Yuan's inner thoughts swirl. Why are professional women so annoying? And again with Mr. Yan. They don't even realize that I am Mr. Yan. Quote. A moment of silence lets the audience absorb the gravity of Chen Yuan's secret identity. The world shifts to another perspective, as unseen forces begin to move behind the scenes. The screen fades into another quiet yet suspenseful moment, signaling a transition in the narrative. The pace slows as Chen Yuan reflects on recent events, his expression unreadable yet intense. What? Haven't thought about it yet? The narrative switches gears, leaving a lingering question unanswered. Shadows of conflict begin to rise, teasing the audience with upcoming drama. A heated confrontation draws near, as tempers flare and emotions run high. A loud outburst interrupts the flow. You crazy woman, come back now. The voice echoes, filled with frustration. The scene erupts into chaos, with unresolved tensions pulling everyone in different directions. Ha group. Ha. Competing with me, I'll show them what I'm made of. A bold declaration adds fuel to the fire. The stakes rise as the story pivots toward the brewing rivalry. Elsewhere, a fatherly conversation unfolds, carrying the weight of family struggles and sacrifices. Ruo Yu. This time I'm just meeting the Ha family's children. Let's consider it a new friendship. The father's calm tone contrasts the tension brewing elsewhere. The spotlight shifts to Ruo Yu, who seems lost in her thoughts. Where are you, Ruo Yu? A voice calls out, breaking her reverie. Ruo Yu hesitates, torn between her own desires and her family's expectations. A phone call interrupts her thoughts. Once you arrive, let me know your location. I'll be waiting. Quote. Ruo Yu's father delivers a heartfelt plea. Stay calm, Ruo Yu. Consider it helping your family. A moment of quiet resolve washes over Ruo Yu as she contemplates her next steps. The setting shifts. As the characters prepare for a pivotal meeting, the air is filled with anticipation. I understand, Dad. Ruo Yu's voice trembles with mixed emotions as she reluctantly agrees. The screen fades to Ruo Yu stepping out with a determined expression, preparing herself for the encounter. The grandeur of the Ha family estate comes into view, a stark reminder of the stakes involved. Ha is waiting for you in meeting room 305. Please follow me, an attendant says, ushering Ruo Yu inside. Inside the room, the Ha family members exchange knowing glances. The Seo family's daughter is truly impressive, one remarks slyly. But too bad, another whispers with a smirk. She'll soon be a pawn in the Ha family's plans. Ruo Yu enters, her confidence masking the turmoil beneath the surface. Eyes meet, tension hangs in the air, and subtle power dynamics play out as the meeting begins. A servant announces the arrival of Mr. Seo. Shaogang, make tea for your uncle. We'll soon be family, declares Mr. Ha with a boisterous laugh. The conversation flows, but hidden motives and unspoken agreements linger under the surface. Here is the equity transfer agreement, Mr. Ha announces, sliding the contract forward. The Ha family will provide 100 million to the Seo family's struggling Yuanhang group, in exchange for a 20% stake in Seo Ruo Yu's hand in marriage to Ha Shaogang, Mr. Ha finishes, his voice brimming with authority. Stunned silence fills the room. The true weight of the arrangement begins to sink in for Ruo Yu. The final installment will be transferred once Ruo Yu gives birth to the Ha family's grandson. Mr. Ha adds coldly. What? Marriage? A child? That's impossible. Ruo Yu's voice shakes with disbelief and anger. Her defiance shocks the room. Are you selling me for money? She demands, her voice trembling with indignation. Calm down, Ruo Yu, her father pleads, but his words only fuel her frustration. I don't understand. Why should your business failures dictate my life? She cries out, her voice breaking. You don't know the truth about Ha Shaogang. His vices are endless. I will never marry him, she declares, her resolve unwavering. The tension boils over, her father snapping. The Seo family is in crisis. And you only think of yourself? Quote. Hurt and frustrated, Ruo Yu fires back. I'm only thinking of myself. How did it come to this? Quote. Her father softens, his tone pleading. Ruo Yu, Dad is doing this for the family. You've always been sensible. But her mother intervenes. Mom begs you, Ruo Yu, think of your poor mother. She kneels, her desperation evident. Ruo Yu, overwhelmed, rushes to help her mother. Mom, don't do this. Get up. Quote. Mom won't get up unless you agree, her mother says tearfully. The room is thick with emotional blackmail. Fine, Ruo Yu whispers, broken. Whatever you say, I'll do it. Her father immediately shifts to comfort mode. That's my good daughter. Don't take my earlier words to heart. With Ruo Yu's reluctant consent, the contract is signed. Let's finalize everything, Mr. Ha declares with satisfaction. The weight of the agreement hangs over Ruo Yu as the meeting concludes. Her future has been decided against her will. In the quiet aftermath, Ruo Yu's inner turmoil is palpable as she reflects on the path ahead. Meanwhile, Chen Yuan, unaware of Ruo Yu's plight, is preparing to face challenges of his own. The narrative shifts as the screen transitions, leaving viewer eager to see how the intertwined fates of the characters unfold. As the meeting ends, the Ha family members exchange triumphant glances. Their plans seem to be falling perfectly into place. Ruo Yu walks out of the room, her expression a mix of resignation and defiance, as if bracing herself for the challenges ahead. Meanwhile, Chen Yuan's name begins to surface in unexpected places, with whispers about his identity spreading rapidly. A flashback reveals Chen Yuan's frustration. Why is it that no matter how genuine I am, I'm always betrayed? Is this my fate? Quote. Determined to take control of his destiny, Chen Yuan begins to use his hidden power and wealth in ways no one expects. Back at the Xiao family home, Ruo Yu's father speaks with a hint of relief. Finally, some hope for Yuan Hang Group. Ruo Yu sits alone in her room, the weight of her decision pressing heavily on her. She wonders if she'll ever regain control of her life. Her thoughts are interrupted by a text. The sender is unknown, but the message is clear. Not all battles need to be fought alone. A mysterious figure watches from a distance. Their intentions unclear, but their focus firmly on Ruo Yu in the events unfolding. In another part of the city, Chen Yuan's calculated steps begin to disrupt the Ha family's plans. His actions draw attention, and whispers of his true identity start to circulate among the powerful elite. The narrative shifts to the Ha family estate, where an unexpected guest arrives, catching everyone off guard. The atmosphere turns tense as Chen Yuan steps into the spotlight, his presence commanding and unshakable. He locks eyes with Mr. Ha, his voice calm yet firm. You are playing a dangerous game, and I'm here to set things straight. The room falls silent. The weight of Chen Yuan's words is enough to unsettle even the most composed individuals. A battle of wits begins, as Chen Yuan carefully dismantles the Ha family's confidence with his knowledge and calculated moves. Ruo Yu watches from the sidelines, her emotions a whirlwind of confusion and hope. Could this be her chance at freedom? Chen Yuan's presence disrupts the Ha family's plans. This is not how things will go, he declares, his voice steady and commanding. The tension peaks as Mr. Ha, for the first time, finds himself on the defensive. Ruo Yu steps forward, finding courage she didn't know she had. I won't let you decide my life for me any longer, she says. Chen Yuan turns to her, a faint smile playing on his lips. Together, we can change this. The narrative crescendos as alliances are formed, secrets are revealed, and the Ha family's dominance is called into question. A new chapter begins, as Chen Yuan and Ruo Yu prepare to take control of their destinies, vowing to challenge the status quo. The city's skyline becomes the backdrop for their resolve, signaling the start of a transformative journey. The camera pans out, leaving viewer with a sense of anticipation for what lies ahead. And so, the stage is set for an epic battle of wills, where the fight for freedom and justice promises to be nothing short of extraordinary. The cityscape looms in the distance, a quiet moment before the storm. Inside the Xiao family home, unease hangs thick in the air. Decisions made earlier continue to weigh heavily on everyone. Ruo Yu gazes out her window, her mind racing as she contemplates the events that have spiraled out of control. Chen Yuan, on the other side of the city, strategizes his next move, determined. He knows the stakes are higher than ever. A montage reveals Chen Yuan's calculated actions, each step designed to undermine the Ha family's grip. The power dynamics begin to shift as whispers of Chen Yuan's influence spread among the elite. At the Ha estate, Mr. Ha reacts with fury to the growing challenges. His determination to maintain control only grows stronger. Meanwhile, Ruoyu receives an unexpected visitor with vital information. Their cryptic words hint at an opportunity for liberation. Are you ready to take back control? The visitor asks, their words stirring resolve in Ruoyu. Chen Yuan continues to disrupt the Ha family's plans, each move more daring than the last. His presence at a high-profile event raises eyebrows, as rumors about his true identity continue to swirl. The Ha family begins to feel the pressure, cracks appearing in their once dominant empire. Chen Yuan's strategies grow bolder, his determination unwavering as he takes the fight directly to his adversaries. Inspired by his actions, Ruoyu starts to formulate her own plan, determined to rewrite her destiny. The tension builds as preparations for a critical meeting take shape, where everything will come to a head. Chen Yuan and Ruoyu arrive at the meeting, their united front commanding immediate attention. The Ha family members exchange uneasy glances, realizing they may have underestimated their opponents. The room fills with tension as the conversation turns into a battle of wills, each side refusing to back down. Chen Yuan's voice cuts through the silence. This ends here, he declares, his confidence unshakable. Mr. Ha hesitates, his authority challenged for the first time in years. You've made a mistake thinking you could manipulate everyone, Chen Yuan says, delivering a devastating blow to their plans. The Xiao family watches, stunned, as Chen Yuan dismantles the Ha family's carefully constructed schemes. Ruoyu seizes the moment to speak up. I won't be part of this game any longer, she says, her voice steady and resolute. Chen Yuan delivers the final blow, presenting irrefutable evidence against the Ha family. The room falls silent, the power dynamic irreversibly shifted.